Hello, everyone. I am back again, and I have bribed Freeloader with. What did I bribed you with?
Eris Unique. That one.
Oh,
you
that was
bought
the
me for the weekend.
Yeah, that was earlier.
Well,
bribe,
it's still
so
it's still on time.
okay.
In terms of the bribe.
All right. So I tried to gather as much information as I could about this next game running around, and we don't actually have as much of a break as I thought, because there is another one of the finals matches that is going right now for the morning LCQ. I just wanted to let them see your wonderful face again. I'm sure they could tell by your voice that it's you, but now we can
most likely
go over to the game. So, from what we were told, we believe that this game was held until just now, so that it could be played on stream, or maybe there was another reason. But anyways, this is the very start of this matchup.
Okay.
It is 0-0. The timer should be correct for this matchup. And it is Elbor on Tasia versus SBTFU Drabox against on Sigismar. The other note is ignore melee, is what I was told.
Yes.
Which is, it's not even a surprise. When someone says, oh, melee this or tournament software this, you're like, oh, got it, understood.
Yeah,
so
they're keeping track of it here and gonna go by that.
Tournament software does weird things sometimes, so that pod that you saw that looked weird, just ignore it. This is a final match for the morning LCQ. I'm going to talk to one of the judges real quick while Freeloader carries
keep you entertained,
the word.
So it's going to be Tasia into Sigismar, and we are seeing the early Cuckoo Flood coming on. Obviously a very strong strategy against Sigismar, as Sigismar does rely on so many small characters. And these Cuckoos are going to do phenomenally into that. The Lyra Thespian that we did see earlier from Elbor as well, making a showing again. And this is looking very powerful. Elbor super far ahead already. We did tune into this game a little bit late, and it looks great for Elbor. It's going to be very hard to break this, indeed. Um, yeah, I feel like there needs to be a Sandman or something to be able to hold this. The Thespian has been put to sleep, or is that asleep? I think it is. The issue here that Drawbox is going to be running into is that although they might be able to one-for-one this turn with the various effects, these things are staying around, obviously, and the Teja has such an expedition lead, it is not easy to make it work here.
So, yeah, what the heck? How? How is this
know.
possible? How is this Tasia 2 advances ahead against a Sigismar, no doubt, with also having
Spindle out.
a spindle out? Like,
It's confusing.
what
but
happened?
I think it is actually what you're seeing on your screen right now. Colorful Cuckoo is so good into Tasia,
Oh
like
my
how
gosh.
into a Sigismar.
It's so good in Tasia and into Sigismar.
Yeah, both. It's good into everything, to be honest with you. But this matchup specifically, it's very difficult to generate stats if all you're playing is 1/1/1s and 2/2/2s. When this thing grows by 1/1/1 every time you do anything at all.
Yeah, I love seeing this. I was talking earlier how I spent that whole day trying to play Cowrie,
Mhm.
and it didn't feel like the cards were there yet. But I after that went to Tasia with Sky cards, and I was
Mhm.
like, this already feels like exponentially
So much better, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and Colorful Cuckoo is one of the stars of that, and
Absolutely.
it kind of hurts that it's just that much better in Tasia, but I mean,
I mean,
it is what it is.
it is. Hey, one faction, one hero faction, one faction
Yep.
hero. I don't know. Either
Yep.
way, same thing.
Yep. And we see again that Tasia is just taking away the lead here. If I'm in this position against Sigismar, I'm feeling pretty darn good,
Yeah.
especially with another Cuckoo out right now, one in reserve. Uh, as well, that Thespian, also very good.
Yeah.
card.
No, everything's going right here, and you're right as well. Like, how do you even break this? If something were to go wrong, which with a spindle out and these cards in reserve and a Cuckoo in play, it's hard to imagine something going that wrong. But even if it does, in Sigismar somehow double advances, you're still face to face while they're 2 expeditions away from winning,
Yeah.
or 2 advances away from winning, I should say. I don't know. This is phenomenal. I really do not see how Dropbox can get out this. Maybe they have their own little Kakoba unique
Oh
stored
gosh.
away. But
Yeah.
outside of bar that, it's going to be very difficult. They did do a good job sleeping their own Jack Frost last turn, as that is boosted up, so it is threatening the companion expedition. At least.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the cards in hand for Tasia here. Is that Spindle and Chiron, and then
Only
they
those 2. They
mana'd.
mana the rest.
Yeah, couldn't
last
see what it was before it was mana'd. We see one of the colorful birds in the discard. I think maybe 1 or 2 other cards under it, which I didn't get to see. But it'll be super interesting to see how game 2 goes in this matchup.
Absolutely. Colorful Cuckoo lead is what we are seeing. Question of what expedition it's going in, but it does look like it's going companion side potentially. Indeed. So there is something interesting. It's very expensive, but I think there's a license withdrawal in hand for Drawbox. And if they remove a Cuckoo, then this Thespian no longer sees 2 boosted characters. And that might be what Drawbox is thinking about as a way to secure this game, but it is very difficult. And that is what they go with. So there is license withdrawal, but it doesn't hit a Cuckoo. It actually hits the Spindle itself.
Oh, that is the most classic use of removal against Muna, and that is why previously it's been really hard to be successful in just traditional straightforward Muna. A lot of factions have access to permanent removal that doesn't require too much of a loss for that side. And then they just get rid of that, and then it's just, a lot harder from there.
And there's the Karen, and that is going to lock up the game. Dreadbox was relying on there not being another way to boost out anything so that the Thespian would only be a 2-2 when played. But seeing that there was a Karen means that even with the sleep they had from reserve, there was no hope of even surviving the turn, much less winning that game. So we will be going to game 2 here swiftly once the players shuffle up. And I gotta say, Elbor, we watched him earlier in the round as well. He's just looking really solid on this Tasia, making it work, advancing into Basira earlier, now doing it against Sigismar. Seems to just be working for them.
Yeah, and I love that this is a final match to qualify for Worlds, and you see the players here laughing, smiling, having a good time. This is very common in Altered, so it's great to see. The Tasia list, though, of course, I'm excited about that. One of the other really great things about the Cuckoo is Sigismar runs Sandman like almost always now, right? You don't want to sleep.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep that unless for some reason it's already anchored and already has a bunch of boosts that you just don't want to be around. Because if you sleep it, it's just going to stick around and just get bigger and bigger, especially with that spindle that was out giving it tough. Because you're going to have to pay the tough, and then it's still going to stick around.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a great card indeed. I mean, it is good to sleep when it's played. Just because it has anchored anyway. Yeah. There's no downside to it. But also, even then, next turn, it is almost guaranteed to block that expedition. And that is just worth running. A card that guarantees wins one side, even a day after you play it. That's incredible. And it still has the threat the turn you play it to win the expedition, because it's not easy to beat. It's a 2/2/2 when you play it as the only character, or on turn 1, for example, or day 1. And that's not easy to beat, because once you play something into it, it's a 3/3/3. How many characters do you play on day 1 that can beat out a 3/3/3?
In Muna?
In general.
Not many.
Not many, right?
Yep. I think the faction most suited to do it would probably be Bravos. But the way they're going to do it is they're most likely going to be splitting, playing in 2 expeditions, which is just going to boost Cuckoo on one side.
Yeah, and then you don't beat the Cuckoo anymore.
And if you don't split, then it's still going to be a 1-for-1. So
most likely. So I think the only way to do it consistently is if you're on Sigismar or Kojo and you have the token. And that advances one side for you, and then you can full focus to beat the Cuckoo, but it is not easy.
Yeah.
Because cards like Haven Warrior just don't see that much play.
So what do we see in hand here? Because I was running around, didn't get a full look. We have an Aloe, a Isumboshi unique. Is that a Thespian there in the middle?
I think it's a Thespian. That is what I want to say.
And then
they're still considering their mana. Yeah.
So what I'm seeing so far from this deck is super cool. It seems closer to set 1 Tasia, but with the Cuckoo.
It feels very similar to set 1 Tasia. It's triple perma anchor unique with the boost condition on any character. It's got all of your set 1 classics in Muna Harvester, Spindle Harvester, and the Aloe Vera, of course, which that is the old Tasia deck we all know and love, as if Hunger didn't even exist.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course, there are tents as well. So I did see earlier this deck was playing, and it had lines where even if there was a Hunger, it would have been fine because there were so many anchored things on one side.
Yeah.
It had that inevitability. And I think the way Elbor is playing it is actually fairly aggressively. They're trying to get up on expeditions on day 3 or 4, so that if something goes wrong, they can lean on their expedition lead to bail them out one time, kind of regardless of what happens.
Yeah, that was, speaking of aggressive, that was aggressive from the Sigismar player. just hit the
Oh my
spindle
God.
with a teamwork training day 1.
You
That's
can
a
see this
1
little
mana card.
smile on Dropbox as well. He's like, "Yep, I just did that."
The chances, I mean, we know the cards in hand. I mean, the reason that Sigismar would do this is because they're expecting to still get the move either way, which if they're not contested, they will. It'll be a 1-for-1. So I think they're rolling to decide the flip. So yeah, they just go 1-for-1. So
The thing is, it's so hard when you're playing in this to face the token because you lose to Soar, you lose to
Yep.
Ordis Trooper, and everyone who plays Altered has Ordis Trooper trauma, I think.
yeah. So we see a Jack Frost. Is that a so it's 2/2 2/2 I can't see enough of the card to guess.
As a barcode.
And I don't play Ordis.
That
of
is a
course.
Ordis Accountant that sleeps from reserve and can gain boosts when things are played while it's in reserve. And a Ascended Trooper rare, interestingly enough.
Already foiled.
Already
Nice.
foiled. It's as if they somehow got POD here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's looking like a very good hand on Sigismar's side. Yeah, this is we kind of missed the first day or two of game 1. So I don't really know.
Yeah, we entered into that game with Teja already having the lead.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how this game is going versus that one. I was going to comment on the Jack Frost earlier and mention how devastating it is against Muna, which really hurts because it's a Muna card.
Yeah.
And it hurts
Classic.
against Muna so much because if you don't play a lot of Muna, you're 90% of the time resource starved. There's not a lot of good cards that are drawing cards in Muna. There's not a lot of really good cards that are resupplying a ton.
Yeah.
Which people might say, Cole, you're crazy. There's Aloe and there's Spindles, which is true, but at the same time, look at Traced and what Trace does versus,
Yeah. No,
versus
the
that.
resupplies are slow.
Yes.
They're not on-demand
Yep.
resupplies. They're at noon resupplies. So you
Yep.
gotta wait. You gotta set it up, and if you lose the resource battle before that stuff comes down, it can get very tough very quickly. That is true. And in this turn in particular, you can tell Elbor was planning to play the Spindle Harvester alongside something else, perhaps a Spindle or another card. But now, with their 1-cost play taken away from them, they're down to playing only 1 card this turn, from what I can tell. I can't quite make out the second card in their hand.
It's that unique Isumboshi, I think.
Yeah, how much does that cost? I think it's a 2/2 cost. So
it should be lower, but yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen how much it costs.
They could go unique plus Lyre Thespian, but it doesn't do anything because this unique, I believe, and I guess you could probably anchor Lyre Thespian if I remember correctly what the unique does. But they're not going to go for it. They're just going to play the Thespian and hope this is enough to 1-for-1. It will not be. It will likely be a 1-0 here, and they could still commit the Spindle now. That feels odd as well.
Yeah, that's another thing that's really hard with Muna and why playing Spindle became even harder with things like the Hunger and License Withdrawal is we're talking about how Muna is usually pretty resource starved. A Spindle Muna Bastion is a 3-cost landmark. That's a lot of mana unless you're ramping or something to put down a card that essentially does nothing turn 1.
Yeah.
So
And in this case, it's the common, so it does nothing forever, kind of.
yeah. Like we've
in
seen
terms of raw value, yeah.
we've seen some of these new permanents like Parliament of Ashes, 2-cost that has tough on it and does something when it enters play.
All right, let me read this Isumbashi quickly. I believe it's just when a character gains a boost, if you control 2 boosted characters, then another character gains anchored. So this won't be active because the Isumbashi is not boosted. So there's only 1 boosted character. And they're is also no trigger on this ability, so no anchor here, but at least it's a 1-for-1. Sigismar does get to draw off the Attorney, which is always a scary thing to see, as a Sigismar with cards in hand is potentially scary. Yeah.
What I do like about this play is the fact that the Isumboshi is 1 from reserve, and it is statted really well for both sides of the expedition here. You've got mountain water and then water. Worst case scenario, it has a discard, give something a boost, I'm pretty sure. Tasia is going to be first player, so the downside to that is the Jack Frost might be able to exhaust the Isunboshi, but that just means you just use it later when you have more things to boost, more things to anchor. So
Bad
not too
news,
bad.
though. There's also an Order
No,
Spy
the
in
spy. Even worse.
hand. Yeah.
Worse than the Jack Frost. Now it's not coming back.
Yeah, that's gone. That's gone. No perma anchor here. And so Elbar says, all right, I'll just spindle then. And that will allow Drawbox to 2-0 while dealing with a massive threat of Elbor's. And now I think Elbor might be in trouble. Maybe Drawbox in that first game gleaned some information or some play pattern that he thought he could abuse. Because it certainly looks that way. It looks like he's got this well under control. Very few cards left for Elbor. But now there is at least that Spindle Muna Bastion in play. So maybe they have something they can work around a little bit.
Yeah, so we see the Sandman there again, the Aegis Templar, and then the what is that? Why do I want to say Gatekeeper?
I think it is.
Is that
or
what it's
just,
called?
Or just Gatekeeper. I think it is. I'm not sure.
Man, the brain.
The brain.
It depends on what that unique does. It looks like on enter it puts a recruit in both of your expeditions, which is already great. For the Muna Bastion being played now, we've had some conversations, we being me and you guys at AQZ, about when is the best time to play the Spindle, especially against Sigismar. And I think most of you agree that it's turn 1, let Sigismar double move. And maybe that is exactly what you're saying, is Elbor doesn't usually go for that, and Drabox caught on to that. And so it's like, okay, if you're not going to let me double move day 1, I'll just do it day 3 or 4.
I'll just hold my teamwork training in my opening hand. Make sure you never get a setup.
Yeah.
And then you need to, at some point, play it before the Sandman turns start hitting. Yeah. That might be it, honestly. That's a good catch there. I like that approach. Here, it's so awkward this turn that the Spindle Harvester was only on 1 boost, so no resupply. And you can just see from this game how much Elbor is struggling for cards. And they just don't have the choices they would love to have, the flexibility to adapt to their opponent's plays. They just kind of have to throw it out there and hope it sticks at this point.
Yeah, another thing we haven't really mentioned is game 1, we came in and we saw all 3 colorful cuckoos on the board.
Yeah.
We've seen none this game.
Yeah,
so.
there's also an element to it, right? Just luck of the draw, I guess.
All right.
The scouted Aegis Templar is going to allow the slow play. And there we go. So this unique, it's a token spawner unique.
Yep, of course.
So then with the Aegis Templar, this is always particularly strong, as it is just a 1 cost that goes to reserve, and then you can play it again. You can play something else. Super flexible. So many stats. I think Elbor's aim for this turn is just to make sure Drawbox is not double advancing. But again, they have 1 card left. I think we know it's a Liar Thespian, which is good. It's one of the best cards to have in this situation. Is it going to be enough to stop an expedition here?
Yeah, I think Sigismar is out of mana, so it should be enough.
I think they have 2 mana left, actually.
Yeah, they might have their hands over it. I mean, 2.
Ooh, is that free?
2 or 3. Yeah, that amount of mana is very scary in Sigismar. So, and looks like they play the
think
Order
it's 2.
Spy from reserve. Okay. I was gonna say
Okay, and the
if they have
token
3,
spawn is mandatory on the opposite expedition. That helps out here a lot as well. This, I don't think the Order Spy is enough. They just played it because they were overflowing their reserve anyway, I
yeah.
think. But it's going to be a 1-1. I think overall that's a win for Tasia.
Yeah. That is very good. They're gonna rotate. All right, this is where I'm gonna go refill water and let you guys talk to Freeloader for a quick second. I will be back super quick. How's everyone doing in chat? I will try to also blast out the new link, see if we can get some friends back in here. But my throat is getting tickly, so I gotta refill my water bottle, and then I will be right back. When my voice gets tired, I can make it sound even deeper.
Wow. I think you just grew a little bit taller still.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back.
All right, let's see what's going on here. It was a 1-for-1 indeed. Now there's an aloe vera to start this day in play, and that is a big deal. Finally, a breath of fresh air for Elbor, as they will get an extra resupply at noon, which might give them just that very slight little bit of card advantage that they needed to be able to keep up the pressure and start actually building a board state that they can, contest Sigismar with here. Drawbox is going to, of course, do their best to prevent this. They have a token spammer unique coming on in, and that's going to be tough to stop. 2 advances only needed. This turn might be tough, but there is a colorful cuckoo. That is a huge deal that will massively counter the token spammer, essentially nullifying its effect. Immediately gets played, does not want that to get Jack Frosted. Elbor says, take my Lyra Thespian, which Drawbox will say, okay, I will take your Lyra Thespian out. Exhaust that. 3 mana left for Elbor. The absolute nuts here, I think, is just another cuckoo from hand, but I don't think they have it. Let's see. Hey, nowhere's a guy trying. I love to do it here as well. It's been fun being on cast here so far. All right, I wonder how Drawbox's going to approach this. You don't want to boost up Colorful Cuckoo. At the same time, it's in the Hero Expedition. It's going to get at least 1 boost next turn anyway. But you want to keep that optionality open that you can play into it. If there is a license withdrawal for Drawbox, I think this would be a prime time to fire it off on the Bastion and then find an advance on either side. There is enough mana left to do that. And if Drawbox has that, I think it's tough because now the Cuckoo is no longer as secure as it would otherwise be. Without it, though, it can quickly get tricky. What am I saying? Who knows? Ogun, and this is the one downside of the Colorful Cuckoo. Colorful Cuckoo is not a plant, so will not be boosted up by that. That will only affect Aloe Vera. And in a way, this is kind of nice. It will be a 1-for-1 this turn, but at least the Haven Warrior, funnily enough, I did mention Haven Warrior as a card that no one's playing. I'm immediately proven wrong in this game. The Haven Warrior comes out to step on over the Colorful Cuckoo, but that will boost Colorful Cuckoo up for next turn at least. And now we're playing a bit of zigzag here for Sigismar. They're going to be focusing on this Companion Expedition, I gotta imagine, next turn. Cuckoo's the best card in the set. It might very well be. It's so powerful. I think specifically for Tasia and Basira, it feels unbreakable, that card, and it's around for 2 turns. It's absolutely incredible. But still, even with the Cuckoo, this is going to be a very tall order for Elbor to equalize this game. All they need is 1 double advance, so if Drawbox has a really awkward hand, it's tough. But alone from the reserve, this is not going to be an easy game or an easy day, I should say, for Elbor to 2-0.
All right. I am back, and depending on how fast this afternoon goes, I might be gone again real quick. Runefolk is actually going to come join you if it goes to a game 3. He was just sitting around doing nothing, so...
So you bribed him and put him to work?
Well, he saw you over there, you know, and you guys are buddies or whatever, so he was like, oh yeah, I can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cuckoo is definitely one of the best cards in the set for sure. I love that card, and I'm typing a million zeros into chat. Let's just send it, because why not? So I was keeping up while I was walking around. Of course, I got stopped by 3 different people on my way back. The Cuckoo's here, though, and an O gun. Too bad the Cuckoo's not a plant.
Yep. So, okay, let's see this unique here. It's free to 1/2/1 from hand. Create a 1/1 Orders recruit in each expedition, and if a non-token character joins expedition, if you control a token, create a token in the hero expedition. But it is specifically the hero expedition, and that is fundamentally countered by this Cuckoo, as each recruit will net a huge 0/0/0 advantage in stats now.
Yeah, I love it. It's similar-ish to something we saw in an earlier game, where I think we've actually kind of seen like 2 different plays around things existing in more than one expedition or a specific expedition. There was the very classic moment that will now be memed of the player who forgot that you can hit multiple different characters with a blizzard if they're gigantic, because they're present in both.
That was... I am still in pain from that one, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and then I think the other one was a player played out a chocolate bar, forgetting they had a milk in the other expedition, and then when they realized, they were like, oh no.
Yeah, but that one didn't end up mattering because it got hungered away anyway.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting spot. I wonder if there's a way for Elbor to survive. We see in hand a Sandman, and given there was just a license withdrawal on the Spindlemuna Bastion, with 3 mana remaining, 1 card in hand for Sigismar, I am pretty sure Elbor also sees this, or effectively sees this card in hand as well. So that is gonna be tricky now, because they need to find a way to somehow survive the Sandman, and I'm not sure that is going to be possible. Wherever anything is played, Drabox can match it with the sleep effect. There's a resupply. I think they decided... Elbar, I think, saw they have no outs to Sandman for if they just play the cards from reserve. So instead, they went for a resupply, hoping to hit a 1-cost card that can maybe help them out in any way. Now the pressure's on Drawbox. They need to find the play with the Sandman. What's the best thing to sleep here?
The best thing out of 2 Cuckoos.
Well, one's anchored, the other's not.
That's
but
true.
I think Drawbox is kind of pressured to end the game on this turn. If Drawbox is allowing a double advance from Elbor, I don't think Elbor ever loses after that. So they really need to win on this turn. And there they go. They are committing the Sandman. They are even boosting it up with the Vanguard. I think that is a very good play there. They are sleeping the hero side Cuckoo as they... By doing so, they get the advantage as well with the unique token, now threatening 2/2 on the hero expedition and a ton of stats on the companion expedition as well, against a free Cuckoo. So they're going to be, what, 2 or 3 stats? I think 3 stats over Elbor on the mountain expedition. And yeah,
there it is.
Elbor says, no way to beat this. GG's. And we're going to a game 3 then.
Yeah, game... Who would have thought we're in the LCQ and going to a game 3 with a Sigismar versus Tasia match? Not me. Not me.
You know, I don't think it was the most unlikely event, but I mean, Sigismar obviously always has been, always will be a menace.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tasia, it's good to see the Tasia come back.
Yeah.
Even if it's perma-anchor Tasia.
We didn't see too much of the perma anchoring going on, though.
That's true.
am
These games have been fairly perma-anchor free.
going to go grab Runefolk for you.
All right.
And I will continue on my quest that I've been doing here off camera, which is finding people cards that they need for one reason or another.
Very nice. Yeah, send them my way. Absolutely. All right. We're going to watch players shuffle up for game 3. They're having a good time, having a laugh. I think I'm still struck a bit by the very ballsy drawbox turn 1 we saw in that last game. Keeping a teamwork training specifically to hit a spindle, a spindle harvester with no backup play. Just having faith in Elbor to play around the Ordis Trooper and the Soar. And Elbor complied, and it worked out phenomenally for Drawbox in this game. They got to delay the spindle, they got to delay the early setup from Elbor, and they got the payoff with the double advances and could close it out quite cleanly. Funnily enough, we saw license withdrawal on the Muna Bastion both games to try and survive, but yeah, in this game it actually worked out for them, so that's great. I think players have already drawn their cards just in time. Runefolk is joining us as he is getting set up here. How are you doing, Runefolk?
Hello, hello. Yeah, I'm getting tired by now, but I'm also feeling it in my voice so far. But
Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. We can pull through.
Absolutely.
And
yeah, I
also
think
we're seeing these players here, right?
I think Keelan already returned home because they were
Yeah.
feeling a bit tired. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, we're watching this match here, and Elbor on Tasia just had a massively convincing game 1.
Okay.
And then
game.
game 2, Drawbox had very nice line to disallow the setup
Yeah.
from Elbor, and now we're here. And it's going to be a similar opening we saw the last game. Spindle Harvester comes out, and I'm sure Elbor is looking to boost this up.
Yeah, there are probably a bunch of options to boost this. I'm looking at Oguns, I'm looking at So's, and yeah, there are a few options. There are also, I believe, some new cards, but I'm not too sure about what Tasia got. I'm not a huge Tasia player myself, so I'll just see what happens and enjoy the show here at this point.
Absolutely. What more can you do?
Yeah.
Elbor is looking at the lines. Gargoyle is a really cool new card here, ascending the Companion Expedition. What I really like about this is it's very hard to find a good Ogun here.
No, it's just 2 for 2, right? If it's Ogun, you play Ogun hero side, and it's a 2 for 2.
True. That is
So,
true, actually. Yeah, because
yeah.
there's no water stat for the Gargoyle.
Yeah.
So it isn't actually that hard, but it looks nice.
Yeah, that's true.
But it looks nice from
And
both perspectives.
I think that actually might favor the Sigismund just going fast.
Yeah.
You're happy with that. Just don't let the Tasia set up their anchors, and yeah.
I would agree if Spindle Harvester didn't have anchored, though.
True.
That is the setup,
Yeah, that's very fair, yeah.
right?
And if you now find one of your uniques, that Spindle Harvester will stay there.
It will. It will indeed. And I don't know. We'll see if Elbor can find one. We haven't really seen the unique pop-off.
Okay.
Because, you know, we come from a Tasia meta. We've been there before.
Yeah.
And it felt like they were playing the Yellow Plague, the anchor.
We might have started some decks because we dislike Tasia that much that everyone now dislikes us. So yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Arguably.
And I think we see one yellow card there in hand. That should be banned, right?
Surely. Sure.
I'm sorry.
No, of course not.
And yeah.
This is a phenomenal resupply, though, with the Aloe Vera. Still does not go for it.
Yeah.
They are playing their own Gatekeeper, Ordis Gatekeeper. It is an Ordis Gatekeeper, right?
Yeah.
We
it is.
weren't sure if that was the name of the card.
So
but
probably boosts itself something else. So boosting and anchoring probably. That's what I'm assuming.
yeah, I'm assuming this is an anchor perma, an anchor ongoing
Yeah.
ability.
Mass anchor. Yeah.
Yeah, and it also boosts upon entering.
Or maybe from the reserve. I'm not sure, but usually.
Oh no, it's just from the Tasia ability is where the boost is coming from.
Yeah, but usually these legates in Muna do have some sort of boosting, and it's either from hand or from reserve. And I think it has an upcost from reserve, but I'm not too sure. It's
Hopefully they'll show it.
yeah.
But
But
Either
maybe
way-
they've shown it in the other 2 games and are not gonna repeat this.
either way, it is re-anchoring the Spindle Harvester,
Yeah.
which is a huge deal. Like, it's a 1-cost card, but it's a free 2/2
Yeah.
that has the aloe vera effect at
That
this
is
point.
true.
It's a massive deal. And it's also in the Forest Expedition. So it's the free stat is the one that matters
Yeah.
right now. Gargoyle will be played again, ascends the Companion Expedition, so maybe foreshadowing a little bit of trickery, or just keeping their options open.
Yeah, maybe. So you can
yeah.
kind of react to where this Ogun is going, but actually this Ogun would boost up both expeditions pretty nicely for the stagers. So I think Sigismar can only be looking for a 1/1 anyway, and yeah. They're on 4 mana still, right? So yeah.
Yeah, 2 mana remaining
Would
for
also-
Sigismar.
Oh, they have 2 cards in hand, and what do we see there? It's
Can you make that out? It's Teamwork Training and Jack Frost.
Jack Frost, yeah.
So they immediately just Teamwork Training away the Spindle Harvester. Don't want to deal with that being anchored for longer.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Teamwork Training, the unique, doesn't really change anything about the anchor status, but
And now, what do you actually keep
This
here?
will-
Do you keep the alloy, or do you just keep Spindle and your unique?
yeah, this is
You
a...
have to keep the unique, right? That's
You
that's
have
that's
to.
the core of your deck.
Yeah, I agree. I think the unique has way too much potential. Ogun did stick around, and Ogun is genuinely a threat for the Hero Expedition. So that is nice. You get to spend it. I think you get to spend a turn as Elbor to just try and set up again.
Yeah, and also currently we don't know if there's a way for them to boost again the Spindle Harvester, and that would be pretty important to just keep the resupply chain.
Yeah, because Perma-Anchor is nice, but if you
it's
have
a-
no
it's,
cards...
it's a legate, so the legate could be boosting from reserve. That's what my speculation was, right?
True.
So-
If it is, then that would be a clean line of play.
Yeah.
5 mana is what they'll have access to next turn.
They're still trying to resolve some issues, I believe, or
Just deciding which card to discard, I think.
this-
Dropbox is giving this a reread, which does imply it has a slightly different effect from reserve, potentially.
yeah, fair.
Let's see. This is interesting. So it was a 1/1. The aloe vera is now not... It's guarding the water expedition if played on the companion side, but is not advancing on water. So that might be an opening for Drawbox to try and sneak a double advance in.
Yeah, and I saw Blue saying that he's sick, but also said that Hostage is not winning, and you could be happy. I oftentimes refer to Mooner players as Hostage Mooner players, so it's that, right?
Yeah. So often we hear
Yeah.
the Muna players referred to as hostage Muna.
Yeah, that's especially in our team chat. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's Floral and that that is pretty good. You
It's
are
yeah.
pretty much looking for most likely. What
I
are
don't
you
think it
looking for?
matters. You're looking to
Probably not looking for another.
you're
10,
looking
but
to after you so you can play your aloe vera.
yeah, that could be.
I
true.
think that
Yeah.
is it.
Just scared of the attorney that's currently in hand, and it seems like therefore Drawbox can only play 1 card here.
Yeah, and wherever it's played, Elbor will go the opposite side
Yeah.
to just trade expeditions. I have to
So
assume.
you might just not play a card here for Sigismar, right?
Well, no, you have to play a hero side because
Oh,
the
true, true,
Ogun
true,
is
true, true.
currently
Yeah, true,
advancing
true.
there,
Yeah,
and
that-
you are
that's-
not.
that's right,
so
yeah.
that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. That is true. I'm tired. You can tell.
Yeah, I think there's no choice for Drawbox here because they don't have that many cards in hand either. If they can't guarantee
Yeah.
to draw with Attorney, they, I think, need to play the Aegis Templar from reserve. They have the free mana.
And even if they play the attorney, they are overloading the reserve. So
Exactly.
you're just looking to improve your hand potentially, and yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is what we will see. It will go there, threaten the advance, and allow Elbor to say, what side do I want to advance on? As currently, they actually have the choice with the aloe vera.
And then next turn, just on the play, can immediately play that Gatekeeper to re-anchor the alloy. Pretty nice line here. He should be should feel pretty happy about that as a Tager player here. And yeah.
Yeah, especially since you are going as first player.
And no cards, you are so much looking for that license withdrawal to hopefully get rid of any of these cards. And A.W.O.L plays it into the... Is that hero side?
That's hero side.
Hero side, so they don't even...
You can tell by the hero tokens.
Yeah, I'm
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
So they're even keeping the Floral Tent in reserve for potential future.
They did it because of Floral Tent.
Yeah.
You see, I was about to question that very thing, but you actually answered it for me there. Why weren't they playing a companion side? You could be blocking the Water Expedition next turn.
Yeah.
But they want to, because this Floral Tent does not have fleeting, they want to keep it in play. So they can maybe put it into reserve later or play anchored things there that are just safe then.
And I do really like this Thespian. I think we've seen that a lot in set 1 and then see a dropout. And now?
Yeah, I
the
called
difference
it.
here,
Oh, yeah, you were there, right? I called it old school earlier, and
Okay.
someone bullied me about it.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't hear that one, but yeah.
Yeah, someone was like, these youngsters don't know what old school is.
And
That was what they said verbatim.
That's also Corgi plus Mass Anchor. Yeah, everything is anchored. They now just need a second unique.
Yeah. Corgi and these Mass Anchor uniques, that's a big upgrade. I mean, it's not from this set. It's from previous. But that is a massive deal here. As you know, if you don't know this combo, the way it works is Corgi enters, it gains a boost from somewhere, or you can, if you generate any boost, it will proc the perma-anchor unique, which gives something an anchor, which boosts up the Corgi, which will give something an anchor, etc., until everything except your unique is boosted. And Corgi is like massive.
Yeah, that Corgi is...
So
it's eating good.
This is a very, very scary situation to be in.
Corgi
in
getting a lot of pets in Tasia.
Yeah.
Mass Anchor Tasia. That's,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dropbox needs to find the answer to this. Yeah, Cuddly Corgi. It was called the
Jack
cutest card at the time. I don't think
answer.
it's cute in this situation. No, it is a menace.
Jack Frost, kind of a good answer, just shutting down the unique here. So A.W.O.L has to play from reserve, has to play that Corgi. I'm not sure if there are still anchor abilities left in hand, so that Cuddly Corgi can get more boosts. But there's at least that Thespian still left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also both players currently pretty low on cards.
Using the Tasia boost on a Corgi does not feel great, though.
Yeah, but at least Thespian can still get the boost. So it's kind of fine. And now we do see just the Templar and Attorney here left in hand for Dropbox. And for A.W.O.L, we're currently not quite aware, but there's a unique, and it's a Spindle Harvester.
Alright, and you can see immediately puts the face in the hand or the hand on the face for Dropbox.
And now it really depends on... I've seen some disgusting Spindle Harvesters that... So all Spindle Harvesters require 2 boosts, and I could see that this one is giving itself a boost.
It gives itself 2 boosts.
Yeah.
I think it's from... I'm not sure if it's an arrow or from hand. I think it's from hand it gives itself 2 boosts. And that
just
immediately
has
activates the ability, immediately activates Corgi.
Yeah. And now you most likely need a Sabotage or another Exhaust for the next turn. Otherwise, that Mass Anchor setup is complete. And nothing is ever leaving unless you get License Withdrawal, maybe. But there are also Flower Tents right currently.
Yeah.
So.
And at this point, the issue you run into is you can eventually remove the setup for Tasia. But by the time you do it, the game is over.
Yeah, that is very true, yeah.
Because while you're doing this, your Tasia's just double advancing. And then when you finally get rid of the perma-anchor uniques, everything they have still anchored. It's still around for an extra day.
Yeah.
So it tends to, like, it's not technically a lock.
Yeah, it's still a Hostage Mooner to me.
It's good enough to win the game. And here we go. Was that 1-0 it ended up being? I did not count the stats.
I didn't either, and just looking at the tumult, it seems it wasn't a 1-0, so Tasia is in the lead now and has that setup that Tasia should pretty much like here.
Yeah, no, this is good stuff for them. What
Counting mana as well, yeah, that is.
What a reserve here.
Looking clean here so far from A.W.O.L, but maybe there's Baba Yaga draw, and is that Rallying Call? Okay.
Let's pay attention to the Corgi boosts as well this turn.
Yeah, that's
starting with 3 boosts, which is already pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, and we do see at least that Jack Frost can shut down both uniques hitting the board at the same time. So potentially shutting down that everything is anchored forever, but at least 2 more waves of a full anchored board, most likely here for the Tasia. Still looking pretty good for Tasia.
Yeah, so in chat saying this is why we love Hunger.
Yeah.
And Rune, do you know any Hunger-esque cards in the Ordis faction?
Yeah, it is not really removing the board, but it's Celebration Day. And basically then whatever is on the board of your opponent doesn't matter anymore. So Sigismar, you should maybe change heroes and play that card.
Consider
seems good. It seems good to me.
Consider it. Consider it.
Yeah.
No, on a more serious note, I think there...
First elbow, they would have lost. No.
Yeah, so at noon resupply, before Drawbox plays a card, is an Aloe Vera.
Oh, and it's the World Faction.
World's Faction Aloe Vera. Jack Frost comes out to exhaust at least one of these permanent uniques, so we're not getting the full permanent setup this turn.
And you said the Spindle Harvester might just boost itself when played from hand, so there could potentially not be a mass anchor board now. Is that what's happening here? So yeah.
That might just be it committing to Aloe Vera instead. That hero side is on a water expedition in terms of advancing, so...
But that's not getting the anchor, or... No, it is, okay.
It is.
Yeah.
They will go companion side instead. They want the safety from the floral tent.
Do you think these types of Spindle Harvester... I'm newbie to this Tasia. Do these Spindle Harvesters get better with rare corgis maybe, so they can boost... No, right, the Spindle Harvesters?
Yeah, the rare, it boosts other things, not itself.
Yeah. Oh, true. And
the rare corgi.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And
it's not bad. It's
I see, yeah.
It's just like you can have a combo between your unique and the common or your unique and the rare.
Yeah.
And do you care enough about this edge case that you would run the rare in a deck where your rare slots are limited? You need to run Aloe Vera. You need to run Spindle Harvester. And the fact that they're not running the Muna Bastion as a rare shows just how important these rare slots are already. And the common corgi already does it all.
You're not running Bastion seems kind of crazy coming from an Aphanis meta, but...
Oh, they're running it at common.
Okay.
There we go.
I did not expect that.
Rune in shock.
That is...
Live.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. yeah. Good cut, I guess. We can all learn something here.
Yeah, I think the way they've been playing is they've been setting up an anchored character, and then using the tempo from the anchor character to set up a Spindle Harvester, to in the future set up more anchored stuff that's safe.
Okay, yeah. The Tasia seems kind of complex now, and there we see the
There we go, it's the handshake. Elbor makes it with Tasia, qualifying for Worlds. That was the final qualification spot as well.
Oh yeah, that's no. We have four more, right?
Oh, true.
There's still the afternoon bracket. Yeah.
I'm also tired. It turns out. But
it turns out it's been a long day so far, and it's 9 p.m.
It's 9
and the morning one just finished, by the way.
Yeah.
It's 9 p.m. morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're here for a good and long time, apparently.
Yeah.
And there we go. Take it in. There is your World Championship just qualified.
But at least the other bracket currently is on top 8, I believe. So
yeah, I think this one's been moving a little faster. I think
see
there were
and
some issues.
Finals already, right? From the other one.
Is that already how far along they are? Okay, this is a bit of a greedy question to ask on stream, maybe, but is Fra still in it?
I'm not sure where Fra was sitting. I haven't talked to.
They're on
Fra.
break. He's still in it. He's still in it.
Okay.
We're gonna say he's still in it.
Yeah,
so we're biased, but that's good. It's good to be biased in life sometimes.
It's to support your teammates.
Absolutely.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, there you go.
Please, God, no more Varu hostage. I'm disappointed now. That's the best deck in the game, right?
Well, one of them.
Yeah, no, it's
it's the best.
Just draw cards. Look at the opponents when you drop a draw 3 at dusk, and see.
Yeah.
Why am I playing against this?
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, just seeing the shock of your opponent's face.
There you go.
That's amazing. But yeah,
Absolutely.
we're still here for our finalists now, and that's pretty. We can maybe change scenes if they are now on.
Yeah, I don't.
Where's anything?
There's something. Yeah, let's get
There's
to us.
something. Yeah. Hello. We're back here. So yeah, we have top 8 currently running. Then we should go to top 4, and then it's already finals, right?
Are you sure they're on top 8 already?
Yeah, I believe it's like 4 rows of players here on LCQ 2, and that should be top 8.
Oh, okay. Or if
Yeah,
this is all of them, I don't see Fran.
And I heard,
Fran the back?
and I also heard that your 3v3 partner for tomorrow is still in top 8. So you might need a new one if they manage to pull through.
I need a new teammate apparently.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy for them. That's great.
Yeah, that's super sick.
That was phenomenal. I'm sure we can find a third. Rune,
Yeah.
you got anything to do?
Yeah, I've got nothing planned so far. So.
Anything planned so far? Call it a day.
Yeah. And I also got beaten up by Stefano earlier in a seal game.
He's probably the best seal player in the world.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, maybe not best, but he's definitely the most experienced.
He was opening packs and said like that's a good card, that's a good card. I was like, I'm happy I'm opening cards, right? That's the skill difference, I guess.
Oh my god. Yeah, you just haven't played enough seal yet, apparently.
Yeah, true.
All right. Do we have something left to say, or do we want to go on a quick break before we get into the evening LCQ top 8, top 4, wherever we are?
I think we can go into a break.
Okay.
And yeah.
So we'll do that. Shout out Spaghetti in chat there, and see you after the break.
Yeah, see you in top 4 then. So yeah.
Absolutely.
See you later.
everybody. We are
Oh.
back. I think we're waiting for another round to be set up. They're setting the timers. It is me, and this is Runefolk. Who are you?
Runefolk, yeah,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, yeah.
But Grander, who are you? Who's Runefolk?
I'm not sure what you're leaning towards here. but-
I gotta stand up, sit up straight, so
Yeah,
people
yeah.
don't know that you're actually taller than me, and the
yeah,
meme,
I can also just do this one.
the meme
that's
can
fine.
live on.
Yeah.
So
You're the tallest in Alta, right?
yes, true.
That's true.
Not a single person out of all the 1,000 people here is taller than I am. Welcome back to the English broadcast of the Altered World Championship. It is part of the grander World Championship. Today is technically the Last Chance Qualifier. Before Freeloader gets back, and these two are going to cast at least one more game for you. I wanted to sit down and chat with Runefolk for a moment.
Go spaghetti.
Go spaghetti.
That was for Oscar, yeah.
Yeah. Got the spaghetti altered. I heard when a Siggy loses an angel, grows its wings. So, of course, if you have any questions that we can answer or chat about during this little in-between moment between games, let us know. But we just had a Tasia win in Game 3.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And that's the second Tasia that qualifies. There was one before in Banish, or were there more?
I'm not sure.
You should be pretty happy about that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Tasia winning. But it's the cheat version of Tasia, right?
No, that's what Psychos said over there, the French Canadian. And I mean, to be fair, if they have anchor uniques in the deck, when you get that far, they were probably used consistently to make it that far. But
yeah.
in that match against Sigismar, they really didn't do very much. I think from when I was running around and hearing your guys' the Game 3, it sounds like they were used a little more and actually
They
came online.
had two in reserve, but they never had the two of them in play together.
Okay, see, so the basis of the deck outside of those uniques is still very good.
Yeah.
The Cuckoo is very good. I mean, as Freeloader and I were kind of talking about it, it's basically set one Tasia with Cuckoo.
Okay. Fair.
And
yeah.
It worked. It
Yeah,
worked
they were
wonders.
Thespians. I actually also mentioned that Thespian was played in like set one and then dropped, and now
Now it's
now
back
played again.
Yeah. I'm just gapping the silence, or while we're waiting. Yeah, come hang out with us here for a moment. I'm just chatting it up with stream.
And I mistakenly said before we got to the Be Right Back screen that we are directly jumping into top 4, but we are just jumping into top 8. There was just top 16 still running, and there happened to be 4 tables left, so it was just 8 players, and I mistakenly thought that's top 8 already, but no.
Yep.
We are now going into top 8, so we have still a bunch of games left.
So the only questions or comments people put in the chat is how I need sleep. So that is, I guess, a topic that we can talk about. I'm fine. I'm good. I don't look that tired, right?
I think we technically all need sleep, so yeah.
Yeah, we have what an hour, 2 hours left if we're lucky here today. And then what I have been telling people is the next 2 days from here are so much easier.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going until midnight the next 2 days.
True. But when do we start?
Same time as today.
Okay, well, so that's early, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I started at 8 a.m. I don't know about you.
We were here at 7:30.
Yeah.
But we were out in front, and you were already inside, right?
I think I made it here at 7:55. Because it took me a while to get an Uber. I was walking the Paris streets in the dark, in dark alleys.
Yeah.
Just don't tell my partner that. I never said that. Hopefully she isn't watching at this very moment. But I'm very tall and scary.
Yeah, true.
So no one messes with me.
Yeah.
While you're still standing here, we can use and abuse you. Oh, never mind. I was like, do you want to see if they're setting up the stream? It's right there. So
True.
we will switch things back around here. Freeloader and Rune are here. All right. Do you need me to set up your projector and everything again for you?
So switching scenes.
No. So what do we got here? We have, so it's not for Nico, but maybe we'll see for Nico. We have Marco Libos on Goring against Thawek on Trace.
I'm gonna expect some interesting Gurang plays here, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
If you didn't hear, I'm now handing the mic over to Freeloader. So here you go. As usual, stay as long as you want. That's not mine.
Yeah.
Hello.
This matchup I've heard about it earlier of one of our players that we chat about that they lost in this matchup as the Gurang player. They played Gurang against Traced, and they said they sadly didn't get their draw engine, and I've seen Marco's draw engine before, and that is pretty disgusting. Do you know the draw engine of Marco?
I believe I do. Is it the one from Essen or no?
Yeah,
It is that one?
It is that one. Yeah, it's also the from a hand 2 cost draw 2.
Yeah, 2 cost draw 2. And
why not?
the big one you're referring to, I think, is the Fiora de Libre.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And obviously, in the Orders faction, with the tokens, you can get that as a Eternal character to stick around for quite a couple turns. And having a draw engine on that whenever another character, any character...
No, the draw engine then is on an Atlas that just makes tokens
see.
gigantic. Yeah. So it's a 2 unique setup, but you can set up 1 turn and then the other you just play the Atlas.
Yeah. So yeah, with that we are already in. And I think if Gorang manages to find their engine, it's going to be really hard for Trace to do anything into it.
Yeah, that's true. But at least Gurang oftentimes plays with Masected, and at least Trace do have the rare grams as answer into this.
Yeah. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's a lot of timings. Advances are very important in this matchup.
But as soon as there's a Fiora on the board, I feel like it's not going to leave.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
Unless it's losing its boost, right?
Yeah, there's just not a lot of removal at Trace Run. I've heard that some of them are still on
There's
Boom.
one card in the hand already here for Marco that I do really enjoy. It's the Hypothermia.
Hypothermia,
just sleep anything on your side. It's fine. You're amazing card.
Yeah, so here we will already see it in action.
Yeah.
Sleep for sabotage value. Sleep as well. The reason this is just so insane in the... for Golrang is because you also are preventing that advance.
Yeah, now you're putting a token on the legate, so you get another sabotage.
Yeah.
That is slowing down the Trace
and
so much if that's actually what's happening here.
You stop one expedition on the Hypothermia turn, and you're guaranteed pretty much...
Even Hypothermia again.
Yeah, you could. But you're also pretty much guaranteed to stop another expedition here, at worst. Yeah. And that's just so strong. And for a deck that wants to stall the game.
That's a card I technically like the adjustment, but looking at my decks, I have to say I don't like this card. It's the Avalanche, just removing multiple characters. I myself don't like this. Please don't remove my uniques with this. I'm scared of this. But of course, in this matchup here for the Trace, that is hopefully gonna help them out. And yeah, they're, as mentioned, just gonna play the Hypothermia once again from reserve, and yeah, just Avalanche already putting that legate into the reserve.
But there's just no advancements happening whatsoever.
That's Gurang's Gurang likes this. This is... But at least they keep their sub-sniffer.
That was good.
Yeah, thanks.
That was an aesthetic sniff right there.
It's the sniffer.
Yeah, Frolic temporarily putting the sap sniffer in reserve is of course not the case. It is still around. And we're now on, 5 mana with 0 advancements
That's
made.
a common Grim. You don't like those in this matchup.
Those are not... Those don't make the cut. Yeah. So into mana it goes.
There's a second Grim also in hand.
And that one... Oh, that is a common one as well.
There's put them in there.
Wait, there's 2 Grims. They mana the different card then.
Okay, and that's the rare one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they do have access to a rare one for when that Mesaka inevitably hits the field.
Most Traces are running a 2 rare and 1 common split, right? Just because the
think so.
the common is the common so the card in general is just so flexible, and yeah, just you're not sometimes not really getting a lot out of the rare, just that one monster forest stat, but sometimes the rare has a huge upside.
I think it also specifically because the Grems are so meta-defining, people are sometimes trying to play around it. Or there was a point in the meta where people would play Festival and stuff as something that barely doesn't get hit by the Grems. And the adaptation is to just play rare Grems, because now all of a sudden all those things are getting hit. And
that looks like it was a 0 for 0.
oh
Is it
my
taking
god. Yeah, these tokens are just being made. They're efficient.
and gets another sabotage.
There's no massive draw engine coming out from Marco yet, but with every passing day, it just gets more and more likely, and he's been able to stop each and every advance from Foak this game. It's actually incredible to see a game in this state. Like, as a hostage player, are you maybe just a little bit jealous of the setup we're seeing here?
Yeah, you could say that, but also, to be honest, if you're playing a slow deck and you see your opponent playing Haven on 1, you're happy. So yeah,
Yeah.
kind of played a bit into it, but yeah, it's difficult to predict beforehand how to play into this, especially if it's close deck lists.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point to bring up. How much of a learning experience is this game 1 going to be for Foak? How much can they adapt their strategy for game 2 to maybe say or identify what they need to do to make sure they can get at least some advancements in?
And maybe I can also just still learn things from Marco. That hypothermia usage, that was so beautiful to me.
It was really good.
And first unique here, right? And it's from the traced side. And the Nancy potentially putting cards into reserve and getting boosts.
I would expect so. At this level of play, those are very popular
And
style of
maybe
uniques to
even
run.
getting a boost for each card in each player's reserve.
Yeah. Those are the options. I wonder if we're going to get it up on screen. I feel like it's been very 50-50 with if we're getting the
Even
uniques
if
up
it's
on screen.
we can't read it. So
Well, we can decipher it.
okay, yeah, we can try. Sure.
Egyptologists of France.
Yeah,
or
I've just
something.
you're better at that than me. I have no clue.
And here it is. All right. You may activate the arrow abilities of a permanent you control. So that's the arrow. From reserve, you may sacrifice a permanent. If you do this, I gain 1 boost for each card in your reserve. So this is less. This is why the Haven was played, because they need a permanent out to get proper use out of this unique and get the resupplies. Honestly, it's a strong unique, don't get me wrong, but this isn't the type of thing you need in this matchup. You need the power to advance. You need it now. You're already at 6 mana.
What's the point where you say, well, I just want to I think I can't win this one.
I think at this point you don't say it. I think you play it out.
This is way too early.
This is way too early.
But if it's later on the time,
I think when you see the unique combos.
yeah, that might be true. Yeah, because you at that point know. I'm not sure actually if the deck gets full mana, gets a full deck on like 8 mana. Doesn't it just double advance every turn? Or is it still just a slow grind?
I think if you get the combo, it's a double advance every turn.
Okay.
Otherwise, on 8 mana, I don't think it's guaranteed.
So it's not even that slow. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, and so for
another
those that
page.
don't know, maybe because we obviously were both at Essen, so we saw this happen live.
Yeah.
But Marco was in the top 8 in Essen. He was, in fact, the only undefeated player in rounds in Essen. And in top 8, he got knocked out in the first round.
Was it by Clays, the resupply Afanas, or was it just one of the regular Afanuses?
It was by a regular Afanos.
Okay.
And the issue was the time format.
Yeah.
And this time format is the same time format we have today.
Yeah.
This time, however, we've been having this time format already. So Marco has been surviving, has showed he can thrive in this environment as well. But it is something to keep in mind.
Maybe also these early advancements are a great help for this time format.
Yeah.
Just your opponent not advancing, you're at some point just ahead, and then you don't need to advance anymore.
Yeah.
But of course, this deck will still need to advance since you just can't stall infinitely.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think it's an important thing to keep in mind.
And
Marco has been in this situation
There's
before.
one unique, you just need a second one.
Oh, yeah, that is an Atlas in hand.
Do you think if Marco draws like the Mesected, are they even going to play it? Because they already expect the rare grams to be there? Or
That's a good question. I think it's tough. It's probably...
But also, how's Trace going to get that in the reserve in time? They're on 2 counters and have to play it,
Oh my
and then
God.
have to hope it's not getting legated.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't even realize Trace was only on 2 counters. That is
And that's the rare.
filthy.
But I think they...
Well, now you don't play Mesecta. I can spoiler you that one.
Yeah, that's true. And they do have Mesected in hand, of course.
Yeah. They're going to go with Conjuring Seal
Gotcha.
instead.
Draw 3?
So this is maybe where they're saying, okay, at this point in the game, I can't completely shut out
Yeah.
Traced anymore.
Oh,
Traced hooks their own.
Yeah.
Traced sees your Conjuring Seal and raises you hooked.
Drawing 1 card.
Very nice.
Is it more or less mana efficient?
It's less mana efficient, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. 4 mana for draw 2 versus 3 mana for draw 2.
I'm paying 4 to draw 3.
Yeah,
Conjuring Seal.
that's good.
Rare, Yizumi rare.
Yep,
So yeah. And I'm also getting a 2/2 body for it.
that's very efficient.
Yeah.
Not that the 2/2 body does anything. It's very efficient.
It really does.
Anyway, this 2/2 body does a little bit more
Yeah. It's blocking.
because it's very cheap.
Oh, and restocking station. Now you need to get the Gram into reserve. But I think we've seen 2 legates already in the discard here for Marco, so you're probably not too scared that this one is immediately getting saboed as well.
Yeah.
And there is field reinforcements, getting another token, wants Trace to spend more cards, but they can just hook, so it's fine for them.
Yeah, they're just going to hook away this token to the other side and grab their second advancement of the game.
That's quick pacing here.
On 7 mana, so after this turn is the turn where Golrang, assuming Marco manas, which I very strongly assume, these tokens aren't going to have Defender anymore, and we are going to be marching forward to the beat of the Golrang drum, which is, at this point, a very scary drum.
Definitely, yeah. If you're looking at the tumult, you're seeing 8 mana on the Golrang, you see you've advanced Trace. You know you're in for a rough time, but
Yeah.
might as well just see if you still find an out.
And it's really not the fact that you advance 2 times that makes it on its own a doomed situation. You look at your opponent's hand and you see, what, 5, 6 cards in there, and you're thinking, like, they got a lot of stuff still.
Yeah.
Knowing then also that they are still alive here, undefeated in this evening event, means they probably got a pretty solid plan on their deck.
Yeah.
And we'll see how folk react to it. Maybe folk already knows what they're up against, maybe not. And yeah, we will just see here, slow play, make a token, draw a card, very strong.
These tokens, they are big. 2/2s. You love to see it.
Absolutely.
Sabash could only dream of this.
And now there's a slightly awkward situation with the Grems where you want to play it for value so you can threaten some advancements, hopefully.
Yeah.
But you also want to keep it around. Of course, you do have the remove fleeting from the restocking station that is going to help with that. But you still want to sacrifice something ideally. And it's a bit tricky to get all these puzzle pieces together for Foek.
But at least has 2 playable cards currently in reserve, so so probably just gets that 5 counters onto Traced.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
8
like-
mana now on the Marco. So they are threatening these
And
advancements.
the Overseer now getting value since both expeditions are behind. Now on both expeditions getting
Actually,
the token.
Isn't that a thing? Doesn't the Fiora unique here have a condition that you need to be behind expeditions? Has Marco played too well for his own deck to function?
Yeah,
Is that the hope?
might be skill diff at that point, yeah.
I mean, we'll see when we get there, I'm sure. They might not even need their unique setup. That might be the beauty of this Golrang list.
Yeah. Looks pretty good.
It looks convincing so far.
Yeah.
It looks very convincing.
Just the abilities to stall these early games, that is super, super sweet.
It does look just like Marco has found the golden ratio of cards to play to have card advantage, stop anything from happening, progress in their own strategy.
Yeah, yeah. And also this, I've been told that this is a pretty good Sigismund matchup, and this matchup right here also seems to be pretty good to me. I'm not sure how this matchup usually goes. if Trace can usually advance a bit further. But this time around, it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
for
this
Valorant.
looks brutal to watch, honestly.
Yeah.
Fuck is now out of mana, right? So they are, or do they have one left? They have one mana left that they just used on the mobile armory. So they are going to be making sure to make it as difficult as possible for Foic here. Foic does have the option of playing Grems onto the hero side to just get a trade of expeditions, which is nice. They're at least advancing.
Yeah.
They need a trade. I mean, they've made 2 out of 7 progressions you need to win the game. They will need 4 more after they advance once here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not easy.
He
It's not easy.
Keeps on resupplying these frozen deliveries. That's the third frozen delivery that hits the reserve this turn, right?
Is that? I have not been paying attention to that.
I-
Oh,
I-
no.
I believe there was a frozen delivery that resupplied a frozen delivery, and that was played again, and then now the frozen delivery from hand into the Haven. So not the greatest resupply so far. But yeah, the Grems should still secure a 1-for-1 if you sacrifice that Haven. But yeah, you really don't want to do this. At least you found a backup Haven, so
That's true.
it's something.
Now, I do believe Foic gets the choice of where to advance.
Can they maybe... No, they can't force it 2-for-1.
No.
2 little stats on Forest for this Keelan Elemental.
It's close, but they barely cannot.
I earlier saw Overloss and Keelan guy playing against each other, and one of them was on Traced and said, I'm playing your card, Keelan Elemental. And he said he's playing the Keelan guy. That was very
That was sweet.
Yeah.
That's fun. Alright, here goes the restocking station. It is gonna...
Oh,
Oh!
That's
It's gonna get sacrificed, actually.
yeah, did not see that coming, but yeah. Values the Haven boosts over the restocking station. And yeah, now Missectats are free, kind of. Well, you know 2 Grems are gone, right?
2 Grems, you know 1 common is gone, you know 1 rare is gone, so you're kind of expecting maybe for another rare to be in the deck somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you have multiple Messectats, the beauty of Messectat rare, and the reason people run the rare, is because it has that arrow ability as well.
But actually, Marco might just advance too much and shut off on
That's
Missectat.
true. Again, is he playing too good for his own deck to function?
Yeah.
People are saying it's the case. You know, people, I mean like me and you.
Yeah,
But also not quite seriously. His deck is functioning phenomenally right now.
absolutely.
It's honestly beautiful to see.
2 unique? No, that's... Yeah, that's 2 uniques in hand, right? There's... Oh, they're now playing... I think that was a Jack Frost. So they are... I believe that was... Oh, who else of the aces is playing...
Oh, do you think this is the double infinite Jack Frost setup?
No, I think that's one Jack Frost, one Fiora de Libre.
Oh.
And then the Atlas.
Okay. Cole is here for with us.
Yeah, oh. That is cool. That is cool. Yeah,
Nice.
we just got the update from Cole that one of the A.W.O.L regulars and I think Canadians, Kaifu, got to a top 8, and yeah, that is pretty impressive.
That is awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I didn't quite catch it. Was there something about dropping as well? And then so they can play the... yeah, so they're dropping and they just want to play the events tomorrow. Side events, have a good time.
That's, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So she's in a match, but she's losing
Yeah.
right now. I see.
I talked to Shokoba like before this round, and Shokoba told me they also got top 8 with Afanas.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah, in general, I've heard a lot of surprising performances of decks. They've been doing well.
Yeah.
And it's cool. The format is open. It was kind of clear as well going into this tournament. We're in a brand new format. Nobody has figured it out yet. Yes, everyone's
Did
kind
you
of
just,
aware.
see the play on screen?
Oh, no, I did not.
That was beautiful. There was Jack Frost played, immediate Reef because they knew the combo, and then immediate Sabotage onto the Jack Frost, and it's gone.
Oh, that is pretty
That
cool.
is so sweet.
Yeah, so this Jack Frost, do you want to explain to us what it does, as you seem to know roughly what it does?
This Jack Frost should at some point exhaust a card. I'm not sure what play, but the important part is whenever a character joins its expedition, not just not non-token characters. Whenever any character joins the expedition, it creates a token in the opposite expedition.
Yeah.
And that paired together with an Atlas that makes tokens gigantics, makes these tokens also join the Jack Frost's expedition, and then you get another token and another token and another token. And when you then combine that with whenever you create a token, draw a card, well, I see an infinite loop on how to draw cards.
Yeah. So that is one of the combo lines here for Marco, and seems Folk is aware of it.
Yeah.
And the awareness alone might not be enough here.
Yeah.
There is also that Mesectet in play now, which is a big threat.
There are so many cards. Oh, it's the discard from Trace. Okay. I already thought that's there. No, that's the discard. Okay. Yeah, there are not that many cards in hand here for the Trace.
There's a Grems, and bad news bears, it is a common Grems. That is not enough to reach the Mesectet. Just a little bit too expensive on that one. Instead here, it's going to be some Haven tappage. Going to try to at least advance on one side.
I think the Trace has no cards left in hand. I think they picked up the Grim and put it into reserve immediately.
Yeah.
So not a great spot. Even though up 2 expeditions, but no cards against this Ghoul Rung. That spells trouble to me.
Yeah, they have enough mana for a hooked still, so they're going to draw 1, I assume. And hopefully for Folk, they can get 1 advancement. Even there, though, they're advancing on the hero side, where it would be better for them to advance on the companion side, just so 1 expedition would not be active for Mesectet. But this way, it's kind of like the Mesectet is going to be as alive on both expeditions, which isn't what you want. You really want to create a imbalance versus going a lot of the time, so you can at least close out the game on one side.
Still gets the sabotage here into Marco.
Yeah.
And Marco only is it only 4 cards in hand? But the second Mesectet, and it's extra active, so looking good here for
and they have their Atlas, and now the Atlas, it's there for the combos.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be. You can just play it. It's really good value if you have right now. It's at least an extra 4/4/4 gigantic, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And look at that. There's another 4/4/4 for it, potentially.
And if you now find Hypothermia with your Atlas, we've seen at least 1 copy of Hypothermia. You can then sleep your Atlas and get the 4/4/4 on the next day. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure on how much you're gonna let your opponent advance, but actually that's still 8/8/8 both expeditions. So Hooked coming out here, putting over one of these recruits. But as you mentioned, if there's an Atlas played, it's 8/8/8 still. The hook doesn't matter.
So I think Marco is maybe even trying to
not play the Atlas.
Yeah. Are they not playing it? They still have enough mana for it, right?
I think they're waiting for the last combo piece.
Okay. That's an interesting one to observe, how they are playing out this.
I think as long as they
game.
figure they don't need to play it, they're not playing it.
Yeah. They still feel safe with the amount of expeditions ahead. In fact, maybe Marco still actually wants Foic to advance just a little bit more so they can guarantee all of their things being active until they can finish it with a double advance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I generally don't know how the top goal rank players, and there's not a lot of them, are playing these style of lists. But Marcos seems to be the master of it at the moment.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
And there's another mobile armory. It's just so stat efficient. Not even Traced can keep up with this.
1 cost 2/2. That's kind of, to me, a bug fix, but
at half cost, half price.
No, but bug fix is what 1
Oh,
cost
bug fix.
2/2.
Yeah.
But that's gone. And also, mobile armory, you can't return it to hand that easily. Or you can't return it to reserve to hand at all from the expedition.
Yep.
Maybe at some point we'll get something that can.
I was thinking the same thing. It probably will be something one day.
Permanence. Picking up permanence is that good?
Can the new hero that was spoiled sacrifice expedition permanence? Or only landmark
I have
permanence?
no clue what
I have to give that a reread. Maybe there's something there.
Yeah, I have I have no clue what that hero even says.
You can. It has the really cool thing about it has free landmark slots,
Yeah,
and then you can
that's good.
sacrifice landmarks at noon to like upgrade them, kind of.
That's cool. Yeah.
But I don't know if you can sacrifice expedition permanents. Find out in the next set, Walter. But for now, we are still here, still in the game 1.
Yeah.
And this is
still Gurang beating down on a poor Trace deer at this point.
absolutely.
Okay, but it's the villain of the format, right? So it's not a poor Trace.
Is Trace the villain?
It's surely. It's S tier.
It's a villainous Traced. Foic on the villainous Traced, trying to put the master plan together, but it looks so impossible.
And double advanced Gurang. Let's go.
All right.
So many tokens leaving here now. But they're just gonna leave.
For a very short amount of time. This Mesectet is bringing 4, or the 2 Mesectets combined are going to allow Marco to start their turn with 4 tokens in play.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy scenes.
But why are there currently 5 in total? Did I miss something? Or was there a Templar? Was there a Templar maybe somewhere? I'm not sure.
Yes, there was a Templar,
Okay.
I think.
Because there are 3 in hero side right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a good setup.
Traced is not Axiom. I think you're reading factions wrong, but maybe. And someone even agreeing to that. Yeah.
There you go.
Trace can't be out anymore.
Maybe Trace needs its own faction.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I mean, Trace is a good setup. Dr. Frankenstein, Sap Sniffer are exactly the type of cards you want to see in reserve. Thank you, Rune.
The sniffer always gets me.
2 Havens? That's like
You-
half of a
You're
Mesectet.
just sniffing baiting me with that one.
I am sniff baiting you.
Yeah. Good card.
Now, I'm not sure how often Foic needs to navigate this amount of mana as well. Let's count it out. It's 2, 5,
I'm too tired to
7,
count at this point.
9, 11 mana for Trace. That is surefire a ton of mana.
I mean, there's still room for like 9 more mana, right?
True.
So
Something like that.
yeah.
I think Gorang
fine.
also on 11 mana. So both players having mana every day so far.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
But both are
Good
apparently,
resupply.
and that's finally the Atlas played, right?
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, it's just
Dun, dun. All right, let's see it. The tokens you control are gigantic, and when you create a token, piocher une carte, which means as much as draw a card,
yeah.
that can draw a lot of cards. This
Yeah.
doesn't even, you don't even need to combo with this, right? If
True.
you play 3 or 4 tokens, you are so high on gas.
There are currently only 2 cards in hand here for Markets. But yeah, there are 3 mobile armories available, so at least draw 3, and it's 2/2 both sides, so 6/6 to gigantic possible
And
with these mobile armories.
I'm also expecting a hypothermia to come out. I'd be surprised if there's no hypothermia coming
I
out.
think we haven't seen it in hand, but maybe. There's now a bouncer. Is it double sabotage? No, it's just 1 sabotage, and
So you may put a card from your hand in reserve if you do sabotage. That's the air effect. The reserve effect. You may.
that's permanent removal.
What is that?
Diffusey on permanent.
I guess discard a card from your reserve to discard a permanent. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. Let's see what's about to happen here. Discard a card to reserve. That is better.
Okay. Yeah, that's for the sabotage.
Oh, is that for sabotage? And now
Yeah,
they're
now-
yeah. I
Yeah.
had it right.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
got it
that.
You do know how to
I
speak
do.
English.
Well, read slowly,
Read slowly.
somewhat
Fair, fair.
cryptically. Yeah. Wasn't insane unique. I agree. That Atlas is absolutely ridiculous. The cornerstone of this deck. And you can tell how the Golrang deck it works without the uniques. Clearly, they've gotten to the stage pretty much uniqueless.
Yeah, true.
But it is at the same time, which is I think the most impressive thing about it, built around the uniques.
Yeah, absolutely.
A beautiful balance, really.
And also, if we now ever get to see conscriptions just that they go crazy in this deck. I'm not sure if Marco's actually playing that, but I would assume so. And you mentioned the hypothermia. Now we have the confirmation there's a hypothermia in hand.
Told you.
We saw it, yeah.
We saw it. Or
And
one
yeah,
of us did, at
the
least.
Atlas is sleeping, so yeah, looks rough to remove this. I'm not sure if that's possible for Traced.
I'm not sure either. There's like a surprisingly awkward thing here where
Actually,
if Marco double advances, they're not getting any tokens from their Mesicta. They're not drawing any more cards
true.
from their Atlas, but still going to be good enough.
But we've actually already seen the removal in Traced's deck. We have seen the Avalanche, and I think this has weaker mountain stats.
Yeah, it's not going to be above 5, so.
Yeah. But I think it was common Avalanche, or was it the rare? I'm not sure anymore.
It doesn't matter. The Atlases, I don't think, get that big in the Ordis faction.
Yeah. And this one is spiking in Forest and Ocean anyway, so.
Yeah. All right, well, here we are. Golrang almost made it past game 1.
Yeah, and half of the round timer is down. So, yeah. Traced, it's getting time to say, I want a rematch.
Yeah. Now, here's
also one more advance gets Traced the rematch, so they can also just play it out. See if they find something. And
That's true.
Especially like Frankenstein with Boggart back. Also, if you're getting additional Gibbles, you can create a ton of stats. But can you get enough stats into a potential unique here that's coming out for Marco as well? Because they've now drawn their entire deck, and if they haven't mana'd one of their uniques, they should by now have it, right?
Yeah. There is a
Oh, yeah,
Baku. That's pretty
oh,
cool.
Yeah. I was for a short second confused why it's in Gulrang's Expedition, but of course, yeah. It's just, of course, played by the Traced and just
Yeah. It's
So
a
it's-
free cost 3 for free arrow resupply. It has from reserve. You may discard a card from your reserve. If you do this, it has the discard effect from Baku. That is cute and all, but I'm pretty sure Marco has 7 cards in hand or something.
Why can't I have a Nutlass like that?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are asking themselves that, and yeah, actually,
There's the
there's
draw
draw
2.
two.
This is one of the cleanest draw 2 uniques in the game.
So not even playing the Fiora anymore. Just
Damn.
saying the
not good
the
enough.
cross are better.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, probably it's also just you
It was probably not consistent enough because you
Yeah,
need
'cause-
good setup to get the
and
Fiora into play.
your opponent can just remove it in time.
Yeah. So they're saying a hand is a safer place to store the uniques.
Yeah.
And they're just going to stall till they have 2 of them. Anyway, this one, it's pretty much Conjuring Seal on a 101 body
And
that
it's a
costs
cost.
2.
Yeah, it's crazy unique.
Very, very good.
What is this mechanic? That's a good question, yeah. It's just... I think it has token requirement and no requirement, right? That card is so absurd.
Yes, I believe so. I didn't
What are
quite catch
the
it.
uniques? Yeah, the chat by now is just becoming, yeah, we've seen Worlds. There
Yeah.
are some crazy uniques, yeah.
Yeah. No, but like I think the Golrang
I-
deck is
I'm-
especially impressive. In
I'm really excited to what kind of uniques we're gonna see tomorrow. They're gonna be
yeah,
crazy
because you
uniques.
know everyone's been preparing
Yeah.
these decks for
Do
a
you think
long
that there
time.
are some crazy uniques that we haven't even considered or seen before? Because
Yeah.
there are a lot of players that are known for one specific deck, and they might just store uniques for other decks that they have never shown anywhere, and they might just bring those.
Yeah, I think it, like I don't know how realistic it is, but it might be fun to do like a over/under type guessing game and be like resupply combo decks 5 or something.
Yeah.
Over/under.
So the player I'm probably watching out the most for tomorrow is just Moondusk.
Yeah, 100%. I think everyone, maybe not as like the main competition. I think everyone's like eyes on Cladius for sure
Yeah,
as
yeah,
one of
yeah.
the favorites going into it.
Also,
But
also
in terms of what decks are being
also
drawn,
probably
everyone's looking at
the
Moondusk.
best couple in Altered with Pava and Tempest.
True.
That's
Both
also,
qualified now.
yeah,
that's
that's
pretty
crazy.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, very impressive.
As the goated household.
Yeah,
Absolutely crazy here. And Marco's trying to figure it out. He's chuckling a bit to himself. He might not have a way to make tokens.
yeah.
That would be incredibly awkward.
It's currently looking like that. Yeah. How do I draw cards now? You just pay the 5 for you just pay 8, you play Conjuring Seal, and then you play Hypothermia, and then you get the draw for next turn because your Atlas is still sleeping, and then you get both Mesectors active again. I mean,
Makes
that's also quite scary, but why not go for it, right?
Oh man. Yeah, all these cards from reserve aren't great for Marco. They're all a bit expensive. Yeah, you can Hypothermia and just say go again next turn. We'll see what happens. I don't know if there's enough for Hypothermia plus Conjuring Seal, but I think Marco's 1 mana short because that would be
Yeah,
ideal
yeah, that's,
if you want to set up for next turn.
yeah, yeah.
And okay, we can.
But you can also just Hypothermia.
We see
the drop
Ordis,
ball is better than
Attorney,
the first.
Mesectet, and a Rallying Call, I think, right? Yeah, so they just can't make tokens.
Yet it also feels like the Traced this turn spent so much of their good cards from reserve, and now they have 3 Frankensteins there in play that are all fleeting. They at least still have the unique that can sabotage, and that's the discard permanent, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, true, and Marco also only has 1 Mesectet left. But yeah, there's the Hypothermia coming out. So
And
it's 2 more.
they're gonna remove that surely
Yeah,
with this unique.
they're gonna remove the Mesectet. So Marco now hopes to redraw and draw into Jack Frost, or
I cannot believe Foak has
Yeah.
outs in this game.
yeah, that
It
is
looks
great.
really hard still,
Just-
of course, but
Just no tokens, but there's Mesectet in hand, so technically next turn gets a draw 2 on a 4 cost, but it's also a 4/4 gigantic.
yeah, I'd play it.
Yeah,
I'd play it.
yeah, I play it. Yeah, I can see that. And I think that
I like
might
the idea of that. We just go to like every of these insane decks. And we're like, yeah, I'd play it. I'd play it.
Yeah,
I think it's. I think the list's okay.
Yeah,
It's all right.
Yeah, yeah,
Checks out.
yeah. Same, yeah.
Oh God.
But I also uniqued some people today, so I can't complain.
All right, there's the next unique. It is the Anansi. If I remember correctly, it activates the arrow ability of a permanent. You can sacrifice a permanent as well to give it a bunch of boosts from
Okay.
only your reserve, though,
Okay, yeah, fair.
which is not going to be the most useful on this day. Of course, this day is actually already looking phenomenal for Foic. And for next day, it might just be what Foic needs to get over the top here. They can use the Haven, sack the Haven, get some extra value,
Yeah.
and hope and pray they can get more stats than Marco into play.
Yeah.
Marco, yeah, it looks a little dejected maybe, because usually I'm sure if they get to this spot, they're just winning.
Yeah, I'd expect those too, but just not getting the draws that you need apparently, and also not immediately losing the Jack Frost. That's
Yeah.
pretty rough. Also now losing more cards from reserve and also losing a Mesectet as well. But they already played the Mesectet. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not a draw. It's not a 4 cost if you just played the turn before.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's still going to provide the tokens. It's still going to draw, unless there's a way Foa can remove both, but I don't think they can.
Yeah.
But they might just
they might just-
sabotage the Conjuring Seal as well. I wonder if that's worth it.
Yeah, probably if your opponent plays Conjuring Seal, you feel good about yourself anyway. But still, yeah, just discards the Jack Frost, the Armor Gemma to discard the Mesectet.
Yeah, will
And-
get reshuffled with the rest of
Yeah.
the deck still.
No way to get additional Grims into reserve, so can't discard the second Mesectet. So Marco will still just get a draw 2 on the start of this turn. And yeah, from there on, tries to hope and find more token generators. But yeah, as Traced, you're now just praying that Gurang doesn't find what they need, and that you... Actually, how does Traced now gain stats? You've lost 3 of your Frankensteins this turn. You still have your Anansi here, but what other cards do you have that make a lot of stats here? I can't really-
For Traced,
yeah,
I mean, even for the Anansi, you first need to actually fill up your reserve, so it does get a lot of stats. So I think we are looking for frozen resupplies, or frozen... I forgot the name of that card.
Deliveries.
Frozen delivery. Frozen resupplies.
yeah, that's
We're not looking for frozen resupplies. We're looking for frozen deliveries.
you could say the rare version is frozen resupply
That's true. The rare version is.
because they're frozen, right?
Yeah. But
I'm breaking the setup again. I'm pulling on cables.
honestly, it's just tough at this point because I'm trying to count the mana. I swear.
how's
8,
the
10,
Frankenstein
13. Hypothermia.
Oh, okay, yeah. That checks out.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Now has to contest 4/4/4 already, because tokens are gigantic.
They
They
are
cheating,
indeed.
I'd say.
This Anansi is coming out early, but this means it's not getting a whole lot of boosts.
Yeah.
Only
Well,
2.
well, it's one from its own ability and one from the Haven, right?
Yeah.
So
So that's not too
That's
impressive yet.
I have a hint, Marco. Just look for an atlas that draws whenever character joins, not just tokens. Then you can draw 2 of your Templar.
That's true.
That's maybe the hidden secret tech here.
Rookie mistake
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Just play better uniques.
Just play it.
If they even exist, we don't know at this point.
Just play. Did you just say to this goal rank deck, just play better Unix?
Yes, I did.
Alright.
You heard it correctly. Yeah.
I'm sure Marco is saying my bad in spirit. Surely.
Yeah, at some point of the unique power level, you can make fun about it, right?
Sure.
And a draw 2.
Yeah,
On
and Poic was just saying like, okay, do they combo draws? And Marco says, yeah, I combo draws. It's over. They will throw it together. But now here is a genuine issue for Marco, and that is that this game took 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And if this second game is not won by Marco, then there is, and we've been in this situation. In fact, Marco has been in this situation before.
That's actually the best that Trace could have done. Just stall and lose as slowly and painfully as possible.
Exactly.
And then just this time around you advance early, and then you slow play once again, and then.
Because even if game 2 goes to time, a game must be finished, even if it's in overtime, right? So the game would finish, but then the score is 1-1, and they need to play, I believe, a 2-day game free to decide who wins.
Good luck with the just Templars, Attorneys, and Legates.
And that is the potential issue for Marco. So I'm sure Marco, and I'm sure the judges as well, will make sure that everyone's playing relatively fast,
at that
hopefully.
Point, we should make an extra rule. If you get to game 3, that's 2 days. On a Ghoul run, you should start with 8 mana, but both players.
Both players start with 8 mana.
That seems fair to me.
And honestly,
I mean,
8 mana, free cards.
Those days would also take ages. Then.
Yeah, it would not help with the. Maybe
but
just.
I like the idea just for Marco. Now seeing this problem rise up for a potential second time, that just feels miserable.
Don't worry, guys. The next game will take 35 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't. It can't.
Can you believe I actually won 2-0 on Varu? That is based on Celebration Day and advancing with Grand Endeavor. And I won on time. That's most impressive to me today. That's mine.
Yeah. There you go.
But to be honest, those 2 games also took my opponent to concede 2 games. In the first game, my opponent conceded. I had like 3 expedition wins at that point, and they said like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna win this game.
Yeah.
Let's go next one.
It does help when you're playing the hostage decks when your opponent concedes, makes it a whole lot easier.
But I was also still scared that if I get another hostage setup, that I might just not be able to get back to the expeditions in time. But I managed to, and yeah. That was game 2 for me. And yeah, we are seeing the players set up once again. And drawing cards. Wait.
Oh, I drank my water incorrectly.
There are already cards in reserve, and
yeah, they're going fast here.
Wait. They're on former.
Yeah, they played day 1 already. We were chatting about good old hostage. And it looks like Axiom Salvador was enough to advance on one side with Haven as well.
This is not getting the resupplies once again. These Havens don't really help you in the... well, they kind of do, right?
Hey, they've gotten infinitely more advances than they got in the last game in the forced forward days.
Yeah, fair.
So they're doing pretty well in my book. They got double Haven out as well. And yeah, you're not advancing on these turns, but you should be able to advance with double Haven.
And Marco now has the information that there's only one rare Gram, so he feels comfortable. Just play Misactat. If you draw another one, you still have one, and they can just remove one. But actually, they can remove more because they have that bouncer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that bouncer.
And a
sounds very
restocking
useful.
station as well. But they need
Yeah,
to make sure to keep those bouncers and rare Grims around. And yeah, maybe that was enough. I think you're right. I think that was enough for Marco to say, hey, if I have early Misactat, I'm just going to put it out there and see if they have it. If not, great for me.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's going to stick here for a
It's
moment.
wonders for stalling games, of course.
Yeah. But I think this game's already looking a lot better for Foic. Just because they're getting counters on Traced. They are actually finding advancements here and there. Right? They've got 2 advancements on day 3. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What
and
progress.
Day 3 or it's day 2, right? Oh no, it's day 3.
Day
It's
3.
day 3. Oh.
Well, they got 1 on day 1, 1 on day 2. Surely they can get
okay,
1
yeah,
on
yeah,
day 3.
yeah, yeah.
They have double Haven out.
Sure.
Okay. Ooh,
Let's go.
we have
That's
a
some great
update.
updates.
Phenomenal update for us. Nico has made it to top 8, I believe. Was that the
top 4?
top 4?
That was top 8 already.
Ooh,
So, yeah.
Nico
getting
is
close on that
cooking.
Zera.
Yeah.
And I've heard the list. So Franico is also running some disgusting uniques. I've heard.
Yes,
Like-
pretty decent.
Like
I'd run them.
Hydras that draw whenever a character gains a boost, and
There is allegedly a Hydra with a draw clute effect on.
yeah.
Allegedly.
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 And yeah. Maybe we can get to see Fra at some point.
Oh,
on
that would
stream.
be
super
sweet.
cool, but
That would be awesome.
we need to pray to the table choose gods to see Fra here.
Yeah. So far, though, we do see Foic trying to completely overload the companion expedition after the draw 2 unique was played hero side for Marco. Ah, that's kind of cute. They put defender symbols on Marco's
Yeah,
expeditions. I
that's
didn't
really-
notice that
Yeah,
last game.
I saw that.
That's
already.
really
That's
cute.
pretty, yeah.
I was trying to identify hero and companion side, and then just looking at 2 shields. What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Nope,
Yeah.
that's not working.
Okay, so a little bit of stats missing for Foic still to advance. I don't think they can get over the top of this, as there's just the Axiom Salvager in reserve, and it can equalize the stats, but that doesn't do anything. It's not like Golrang is advancing
Just
anyway.
pass.
So now we will see, again,
This is looking,
Marco successfully denying any advancement
Yeah.
on this day.
and now it's kind of coming down. Does Thorak find Reef and Jammer in time again, and will Marco play it again on? Wait, they would need to play it on 8 or 9 mana, so they can't immediately play replay the Jack Frost. I think it's 2/2 cost. But I'm not too sure. And if it's 2/2 cost, you play it, it gets reefed, you play it again, and it could technically get reefed again with the Frankenstein, right?
There are a couple ways,
yeah.
but as you said, somewhere in there's an exhaust, right?
Yeah, true.
So, and maybe you can just exhaust the Frankenstein then.
But if it gets put into reserve with traceability,
Yeah,
And
that
like
would
it's,
be
yeah.
that would be mean
Yeah.
and unfair.
it would mean 3 cards that Thorak willingly keeps in hand for this line, and that might be a tough task for a traced. But yeah,
There
for
we
now,
go.
Thorak just tries to advance, tries to play a fair game of traced. If you can call traced fair, of course, and yeah.
Reasonably fair.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah.
They're playing 1 cost 1/1/0s. That's fine.
Should I just start for myself? I call decks that try to win on stats and expeditions and advancing. Those are unfair decks, and you shouldn't play Altered like that. Should I just advertise Altered like that?
Oh no. Yeah, it's God.
Those are cheater decks.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here. No.
I have great thoughts on Altered.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Foic does still have both Havens up, so despite only having 2 mana remaining, I'm sure they can still find an advance this turn.
Yeah.
Marco's making it easy, but actually they don't have...
Making it easy with the 6/6/6 in the hero side. Yeah, that's really making it easy.
I said they're not making it
Oh,
easy.
yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's crazy, this game. They're gonna be able to sacrifice the Armor Jammer here
And
for an extra...
sabotage that mechanic that could discount a Masected.
Yep. And
But otherwise,
also
we're
get a
fine.
token out of the deal as well, so they
Yeah.
will find an advancement.
And Trace is popping off, going so fast on the Tumult.
And there is a couple things going worse. Like, it looks similar, what Marco is doing, but I think there are some things that aren't working out quite as well for them. They have less cards in hand, and that is a huge
Yeah.
deal.
That you really want your cards, but there's a Jack Frost already. I think that we're seeing at the top there. So at least one unique. Now you're waiting for. I'm not sure how much mana if you want to
I
take
think
a
it's
risk of
5
Reef.
cost,
It's 6 cost Atlas.
6 cost Atlas.
So you can play it most early on 8. But I'm not sure if you potentially wait until 8 mana, so you can play around Reef. So yeah.
Yeah. Reef is an interesting card.
Or do you just at some point, when the trace is low on cards, you play your Jack Frost and then you hypothermia it, and then you play next turn with first player
That could be.
Atlas, and then game is over.
And I think the beauty of these uniques is you don't need to combo them. So if something goes
But you
wrong,
want to.
it's fine. You do want
Want
to.
to.
It is more
that's,
appealing.
That's
if
how
you
you play
combo.
Altered. You have a combo and not playing it. That's mean. That's mean. I want to see the combo. Don't take advice that might help you win games. Just play combos. That's
play
the most fun.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. And on 6 mana, so needs 2 more to make the combo happen. And that's what we want to see here. That's what I'm playing Altered for. The combos.
Yeah.
Fair gameplay, no thanks. Combos.
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 And 10 minutes on the clock. It does feel like Marco needs to win this game, which is really awkward considering they won game
that's
1.
true.
But if they don't win this game,
That's yeah.
and honestly, relatively fast, they'll get 10 minutes overtime.
I mean, they don't need to win. They just need to get ahead at some point.
Yeah, but they need they're on 6 mana right now.
I mean, they're still manaing, so
Okay, 7
that
mana.
would be 7,
Okay.
and then they need 1 more, and then they can
Start
advance.
advancing, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay,
there's
maybe it's
another
doable.
Masected.
All I'm saying is, as weird as it sounds, pressure here is kind of on Marco.
And second Masected deployed. More
That
tokens.
is good.
We like our tokens.
And this is also, I guess, how Marco might be able to tempo out for a
Yeah.
maybe early tap out type
And
of game.
hooking here already, so Trace says, well, I definitely can't contest both expeditions, so I'm just gonna keep trading here. Hook over these tokens. They annoy me. I don't want to deal with them, so please let me advance. And yeah, drawing cards in the process, pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. Drawing cards is something that Marco is a little jealous of right now. Would also love to do that. They
Just
do have
cards in hand.
access to the discardability of the Ordos Attorney, which does make a token as well,
Yeah, but
if they want to
you can
do
also
that.
Just play the attorney.
True.
It's
a good play.
sabotaging. Legate, not attorney.
Legate.
Yeah. And just plays out the Templar from hand. So yeah. Potentially planning on. Oh no, tapped out already. So
Yeah, tapped out. They're going to be overflowing their reserve a little bit. Probably not the biggest issue. They are just getting
Just
hooked,
hooking over
hooked,
again.
hooked.
and now you put anything into reserve, you give it 2 boosts, and it is outstanding. So yeah.
This is fair gameplay.
Yeah. Oh no. Now is still as you said, still you getting the token from the legate. So kind of forces 2 plays here, I'd say, from Trace, unless it's
Depends
Frankenstein.
what gets put on. Well, there's a...
Okay, another hooked, and then you find a run cost, and then yeah,
Yeah.
then you have 2 cards in reserve.
This is a good showcase of why Hooked is such a good card.
Yeah. Fair.
There's a trade. Or not a trade. There's a single advance to a 0
Yeah.
advance. Very nice.
So further down than the last game here for Marco.
Yeah,
It looks rough.
it does. But Marco did have a little bit of buffer room in the last game.
I think another thing that looks a bit rough for Marco is having 1 card in hand, and that's the Jack Frost. And drop returns, no Atlas.
Yeah, that is an issue. It's weird because there's so much stuff going on Marco's side of the field, and having 2 Mesectets in play is a massive boon.
Yeah.
It's going to be each turn for Trace to deal with that. It's super hard. They need to
Yeah.
find Grems. They need to find their unique that can remove these permanents. Otherwise, those on their own are probably going to win the game at some point. But Marco's not in a pretty spot card advantage-wise. He wants to have 5, 6 plus cards in hand, and he's not at that threshold.
And there's that bouncer that we were talking about. Discarding a card from reserve to discard a permanent. And those Messick decks do now say goodbye, but only one of them, because it's from reserve just.
Yeah.
And there's the Reef. So Jack Frost isn't safe.
Jack Frost isn't safe. I would say nor are these tokens, but there's so many of them that some of them are safe.
They are kind of safe, yeah.
Protection of the masses. And there's the unique. That will remove one Messick that is a cornerstone here of the FOIC strategy in this game. They need to get rid of these landmarks, which they are doing. Can they advance alongside it is the real
Drawing
question.
cards, field reinforcements. What do they find? Attorney. That's fine.
Did they play Haven from the Haven bouncer from reserve, but not use the Havens?
Yeah, looks like it.
Because they already used Traced, so that might mean they have a Keylon Elemental in hand. Oh, that was a mic explosion.
Yeah, that was a jump scare here on scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, the halls are slowly emptying. There are a lot less players than at the beginning of the day. And looking at the time, that's very understandable.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to come here again tomorrow, right? And they want to be fresh, full of energy for all these side events. I expect will be very fun.
We got to stay here for now and cheer on for Nico as well. So
that's true, and we need another Tautomata update to see if you're allowed to
yeah.
join us for the 3v3 tomorrow.
Yeah. So we might need code to check that one out for us as well, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely. Wow,
And,
there's so many things in play for Marco.
also just the endurance to focus for this long on just altered.
Yeah.
It's been a long day for everyone here on scene.
Yes.
Unless you're just signing up for the evening one, but even then, you've been playing for a while already.
Absolutely. And there's so much stuff to do as well. The day is just absolutely blasted by.
Yeah, and
at a crazy pace.
You were kind of right about the Killer Elemental, but it wasn't in hand. It was just resupplied by of a frozen delivery.
Oh, frozen. Okay, well, I got like perfectly incorrect there.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Story of my life.
But is there a way even to?
It looks a little outstated.
Actually,
it's a bit. The stats on the hero side are a little fake from Marco's side, since there is a 101 in there.
Yeah.
And
that is already tying it? Wait.
They are...
But there's one untapped Haven. Wait. I think the overlay...
Surely they're tapping the Haven.
I think the overlay calculated it with the Haven boost. I'm not sure. Because the way I calculated this is the... Wait...
I'm not sure. It's hard because I don't know the unique stats by heart.
I think it has 2 mon stats, but that would make it go up to 7 with the...
Yeah, they both advanced.
Okay.
On the hero side.
Okay, yeah.
So, FOIC finding an advancement, but because Marco's finally reached 8 mana, they double advanced off this turn. And once again, Marco is going to quickly be catching up on expeditions here.
Yeah.
As long as they can keep this going. This turn going forward, it's going to be a little weaker as there's only one Messick in play
and
right
as
now.
soon as Marco is even, they should feel pretty comfortable because you just need to be even. And if that's timeout, then
you're pretty likely to win.
Yeah,
you're pretty likely to win.
Yeah.
Though if before, I mean, again.
It's also always cool to look at Marco's cam because he's kind of always smiling.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He's a very focused player as well.
Yeah.
You can tell. He needs to be if he's playing this deck.
Yeah.
An absolute grind. And for FOIC, we know the Haven Bouncer unique that can remove permanents is out, but there is still the rare Grems that hasn't been played yet, and I'm sure he's never manaing it. So if they can get their hands on that, they can remove this second Messick tap, and then the lacking card advantage on Marco's side might really come into play in a big way. I say that, but there is a Conjuring Seal in hand for, well, Not anymore, because it's just been played. So there's a Conjuring Seal in reserve now for Marco, and they are going to draw some extra cards just to make sure they can keep playing this game as the mana grows for both players.
Yeah, and there's
the rare Grems.
And it's a Tumult champion one, so yeah, even
Everyone's showing off.
Champion, yeah, of course it's the world stage. You gotta flex.
That's
everything
true.
You got.
That's
pretty cool.
Is absolutely true. Good luck charms paying off here.
Absolutely. Top 8. And almost about to beat this. Are you almost about to beat this go rank? I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out.
Alright, here's the Jack Frost. Let me see.
Do we have a reef?
From hand, a person... I don't know what that word means. Someone gets a boost.
I think a character other than me gets a boost.
From reserve, you may pay 1. If you do this, you may exhaust a card in reserve. And then if a person joins my expedition, including character, you spawn a Orders Recruit token in the other expedition. So that is what you were mentioning before, that effect.
Yeah.
The key effect of that unique. And it's gone.
It's gone. Reef. Was it Reef?
It was avalanched.
Avalanched. Oh yeah, that's also doing it.
Yep.
And now you kind of need another one of that.
And you can play it again. Oh, no, you can't. You have no mana.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was Conjuring Seal this turn as well. Very expensive.
Oh, and he planned on hypothermiaing it. Oh.
Oh, ruh-roh. 2 mana left.
We don't actually see where Marco is keeping his deck, so we can't tell how many cards there are potentially left in the deck.
That is true. It's just off-card.
I would think that this play kind of means that Marco was either expecting to draw into the Atlas with a draw per turn, or just draw into it with a Conjuring Seal or something like that.
They're going to Hypothermia anyway, just to sleep the Dr. Frankenstein and hopefully stall an expedition.
Yeah.
But Folk still has a lot of mana left and the Trace ability untapped, so I'm sure they can double advance here, and it might actually inadvertently be falling apart a little bit for Mark here. And I think it's that very reason, the lack of card advantage forced them into this, committing to this line with the Jack Frost, with the Hyperthermia. The avalanche is there, and it all of a sudden everything's falling apart.
Yeah, Thurg definitely knows what to play for here, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty good to see. And now finally reveals that last expedition, that last Tumult card.
Yeah, and this is why stalling in the early stage of the game is not enough for goal rank. You really need to play every stage of the game very well and make it work. It is quite incredible.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. That was, yeah. I got some technical help here.
Yeah, technical help.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, and now next turn, because of that Hypothermia, actually, Fowick's starting with a 1-1-1 advantage in the companion side. I don't know if that will be incredibly relevant with how many stats Marco can output potentially, but it very well could be the difference maker. We'll see. They might have also Hypothermia because that token can get gigantic, so
true.
It's technically
It's
kind of 4-4-4, arguably.
Yeah. And yeah, the spot for the Gurung. Yeah, I feel like we're going to game 3. And there's the frozen delivery.
Yep.
No, frozen resupply.
Frozen resupply.
Yeah. Finds another Grem. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of stats. And now we want to figure out if there's potentially a lot of stats possible here for Marco as well.
They do exhaust that Grems in reserve with the extra mana. And
now
is there going to be an immediate reef? I think there is not.
No. So there's technically a chance
to
play the Atlas here, but it's not in the hand.
No,
it's not even in the hand. It's just...
Well, this is still good.
Yeah, it's still good. You create 2 characters, develop 2 characters, both expeditions, 2 tokens in the companion, and token plus overseer, which isn't really on great expeditions for its own stats, but of course that token is making a lot more powerful.
Yeah, and especially given that Foic split the stats when they played out these cards, does make that play all the more efficient, as they are now just solidly blocking both expeditions. Foic will try and get over the top on the hero side, it seems like. All they committed was an Axiom Salvager, and they're going to reshuffle their deck to see what they resupply.
Just reshuffling, that's great.
Just trace things, only trace, right?
That's what we love this game for, just the ability to reshuffle your deck.
Yeah.
That's great. I love this.
You love is that your favorite part of the game when you get to the reshuffle portion of it?
I'm not sure, but I like that you don't fatigue or something like that. Because drawing cards, I'm addicted.
He's addicted.
Yeah, I can't stop drawing cards.
He cannot stop drawing cards.
It's too good. And apparently, Marco in this game can't stop drawing. So
which is an issue for him.
Yeah.
So honestly, maybe you're onto something here. They will hypothermia.
Hypothermia on the Jack Frost. Yeah, I like that. But
yeah, Foic immediately just says, "I'm not winning on this companion side."
Yeah, and now still, if Marco ever draws into that Atlas, well, you lose 2-0 that day for Traced.
Yeah. But 6 minutes on the clock.
Yeah. And is that already overtime? Because I'm looking at the round time for the top 8 and double.
They started a little later.
Okay.
I think that is already overtime.
Yeah.
Because it's in red.
Oh yeah.
And they started a little later, so they get a little bit of extra time.
Okay, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
But it's gonna be real difficult.
Yeah. For sure.
Really difficult here.
Also now figuring out who else is going into that top 4 here for these last couple of matches. Yeah, I do kind of hope that we're not going to see multiple final matches and just let them play out all at the same time, so we can go home earlier.
Yeah, it would be awesome, of course, to like watch everything, but
yeah,
I don't know if everyone's here for that.
It's just going.
I don't know if you can tell the players to just wait 2 hours to play the game. I think everyone's going to want to go to bed. It's already 11 p.m. for us.
None of these players that get qualified here will get a lot of sleep and a lot of time to prepare decks, especially.
That is true.
So that is a big problem for them, actually, yeah?
Yeah, I hope they all have something prepared because they're going to start playing it tomorrow.
Yeah, and maybe if they finish these games here, maybe even their teammates or whoever they contact for uniques or for deck ideas are already in bed, so they need to figure it out by themselves potentially. So yeah, it's
difficult. Surely the people who qualify today get until at least tomorrow to
and we can still hope for Fra to qualify, right?
Of course.
That is amazing.
What do you mean we can still hope? He's on the top 4.
Yeah, top 4. That's super good. And then we can get a Fra onto Spice decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Silly ideas for Fra. Let's go.
We need to make sure Fra wins at Worlds, the Worlds event, with our unique. So
sure.
Go up in price.
That's Pandy thinking, yeah.
Yes, true. That's true.
but Pandy, of course, did you just say because Pandy just arrived in chat?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I didn't check it.
No, I didn't.
No?
Pandy just arrived in chat.
Yeah. Fair. Pandy's in chat.
Hey, let's go. All right. Well, Pandy, this game probably started when you left.
Probably, yeah.
And did Marco concede this one, or I think so? They're going to a game 3, right?
I'm not sure, but looks like it, yeah. So I feel like, do we really go to game 3, or do we just go to Traced really beating up Gulrang and then Traced winning in the end? Or do you think there's an actual shot here for Marco?
All right. I think it's a bit Copia mode, but let's look at what happened in Game 1. Game 1, there was like 5 days where there were no advances.
But,
4.
But the Trace advanced and Gurang didn't. That's the difference there.
But after 5 days.
Yeah, but Gurang
we only play 2 days, and then it's arena rules.
Yeah, but...
And with arena rules,
this time,
it doesn't matter if you're a defender.
This time, surely Trace won't play Haven on day 1. Surely. Oh yeah, we're getting told that we might need a judge to tell us what's happening, because we might also just not know what's happening.
Do we have it wrong or what?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
we said it's going to a game 3 that's 2 days, or how is it handled? Maybe you can.
Cole's giving us the tea.
Okay.
Yeah, that you have to
Yeah.
end the game. So Trace won that game, and they're gonna play game 3.
Oh, wait.
There cannot be a draw in Altered. Has there? Oh, well, I'm gonna have to hear about that.
Yeah.
They're
So
1-1.
it's 1-1. Yeah.
Trace won.
wh-
We'll see if
what
we can
exactly
get a judge.
happened?
We'll see if Cole can fetch us a judge
Yeah.
that knows what's going on
Yeah.
and can slowly and thoroughly explain it.
But
For Moonfolk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
Yeah. We definitely know. Yeah. we are aware that Gulrang is in fact Gulrang and doesn't advance.
Yeah. So let's see here. I'm pretty sure this isn't 100% confirmed.
We
find
see
someone.
overseer legator keep for Marco here just and hyper rallying call. So these are probably the only stats that we're gonna see, and they're not strong.
Yeah.
Wait, day 1 opening with the.
We might see some weird lines here, by the way.
Oh, it's Templar. Okay, so almost blocking here, and then actually blocking with a legate.
And getting the sabotage
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Just blocking, as you said. Just keep that traced from advancing.
Yeah, this is going to be a really weird game. Usually Marco can afford to say, you get an advance here, you get an advance there, eventually I will win.
Yeah.
In this game, Marco will have to play a little differently. He's going to have to say either you don't get any advances, or if you
trade.
advance, we trade.
Yeah.
Which he can do, because an Ordis attorney...
And the Templar.
Is it the Ordis attorney? It has a
No,
different
that's
name,
the
right?
legate, and there's
The
a
legate.
Templar currently.
Yeah, so the legate, the
But
Templar,
no, just-
they can advance.
Just uses support from the legate and then plays the Templar in that same expedition. And are now.
Plus mobile armory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is actually
But then
just 2
whoever's
games.
ahead wins. Yeah. So,
And Marco is just boosting up 1 expedition, but it's Defender.
oh, Marco
And
didn't
he thought it's
quite get the
Arena.
ruling.
He thought it's Arena, it seems.
Yeah.
Very disappointed. Yeah, that is
Oh, he is
very
frustrated, yeah.
that is very
He
understandable.
didn't catch the ruling quite correctly. So, because Foic advances 1 expedition, they automatically get the win here.
Yeah.
And
That is-
Marco is not happy with this. I don't think he caught the ruling correctly. I'm pretty sure he believed they were playing just an arena situation
Yeah.
immediately, and they were
And that
already
would have
just
been
playing
that would have been
stats.
pretty good for the Gurang, but yeah,
Yeah.
this is very understandable and yeah.
So this is
Can-
going to be a little bit frustrating here for them, especially because this is the second time this has
Yeah,
happened. to them,
absolutely. Yeah,
Right?
that's and a second time on stream.
Yeah.
So
And it does feel like they have this deck that is really well executed. You can see
Yeah.
how strong it is.
yeah, absolutely.
And the only thing holding it back is the time format.
Yeah. Definitely can agree on that.
Absolutely a brutal situation. Are they... No, they're not. Okay. Yeah. So that is that. And Foic will advance
To the top 4.
to the top 4.
So we now have how many tables left? It's 2 per group, so 8 tables in total.
Yes, that
And
sounds correct.
Franico's one of them. And we also still have no update on Totemat.
Absolutely. That's,
Why are they shuffling their decks?
We can. I'm not sure.
They're not
Are
playing,
they?
right? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's over. If they start again, we'll go back. But I'm pretty sure that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it looked like they were cutting, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, maybe just shuffling the deck to get it into box. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just cleaning up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go on the RV screen?
Yeah.
sure.
So we'll take a quick
So-
break, and we will be right back with you.
Yeah. So yeah, see you then.
almost missed the start of that one,
Yeah,
but
but
our agent
still
didn't call us back in
Yeah.
time, but we did see the start of it, so we thought we'd get
our
on.
agent is doing the restroom break themselves. So yeah. And who would have expected that hero here? That is
Afanas.
against Trace.
Afanas.
That is.
What is this? What is this sorcery going on here?
So I've heard of a bunch of resupply Aphanases, and I think I was told there was an Aphanas mirror match, and one of them was resupply, and the other played the spell that
Here's Coach
where
coming in.
you play a card from your opponent's reserve, and they just took the opponent's resupply unique out of their reserve. Yeah, the match started.
The
so-
match
so-
started. We
so-
thought
so
we should probably.
Yeah,
cast
and it's Aphanas against Trace, so it's a cool matchup, right? So. Oh yeah, sure,
Right.
sure, yeah.
Cole is gonna tag team us out at some point.
Yeah, but it's Aphanas. It's hype. There's Suhas.
Yeah.
So is this now a new meta call into Traced? I have no clue, but I'm happy to find out. I haven't seen an Aphanas in so long. I've only heard about it being played.
I've
tested
heard
by
some people testing it.
but I've not seen it at all.
I've heard that
also
it's
Cletrius.
actually like pretty good in testing.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So like not insane, but like it works.
Yeah.
It's a
Very fair.
solid deck. And here is actually like a couple cute play patterns that we didn't have access to before
Is
for
that a
Aphanas.
1/1 cost Spindle Harvester?
I think it
Those-
just might be.
Those might just be good.
Yep.
Also,
They
of
might-
course, everything blinked out here for Aphanas.
But it does not have an arrow anchor, so
yeah,
doesn't seem to have anchored here.
That's not as good as Haven's. So yeah,
we might still just see it played alongside the Conjuring Seal here.
of course.
A absolute Aphanas classic. Draw 2, get a boost. Call it a day.
And it kind of looks like Grims can just trade into that, but unfortunately, that Spindle Harvester has a 1 forest stat, so it would just 1/1 into a Grim, but potentially 1 cost, so 2/1 potential here for Traced.
Absolutely. But do you want to sack your restocking station? Not really. And they're just not going to sacrifice it. They're going to keep it for value. And are they removing... They're not removing Fleeting from Grims.
Okay. Interesting. What do you need the Grims for?
Maybe there's nothing in this matchup. Maybe there's better targets that you want to remove Fleeting from.
Yeah, maybe. Also, at this point, you probably don't have enough permanents that you can actually use the sacrifice of the Grims. So it might just be better to wait for other targets.
Yeah.
Just remove Fleeting of the Suha from your opponent, and then you can sabotage yourself.
And
That's
honestly,
me.
so far, this
I'm seeing
Aphanas
that.
list is looking really good. Like, they
Yeah.
got 2/1 costs in reserve.
There's a Baba Yaga again. We've not seen that card in a while.
Baba Yaga's back.
We've seen
Helping
Cletrius
Hand is back as well, which
Yeah.
is very nice with Suha in particular.
Yeah, which also with any of your spell return, Spindle Harvesters, of course.
Yeah.
Nice.
And here it is. An
Unfortunately,
anchored spindle, 1 cost.
unfortunately, one of the cards that could make your things loose fleeting, the Undine, your spells loose fleeting, the Undine. One of them is already in mana, so that's also a cool new inclusion for Aphanas, I think.
But I think that is the nice flexibility these cards provide. You
Yeah.
can easily put them in mana, and if not, they provide a lot of utility. It's
Yeah.
a body if you need a body. It can remove fleeting from something if that is what you need it for. It's just great utility.
It's super cool, yeah. And I'm super surprised to see how many 3-cost cards this Aphanas has already shown. There's Suhas, Caladriuses, Baba Yagas. That's not the usual curve that we are used from the older Aphanas lists, and it makes sense to just see different versions, because that one is gone since, and yeah.
Yeah, you can already tell that Mark is very willing to say, we're going to 1-for-1 trade. And I think that's really key to note, because that's not what Aphanas used to do. Aphanas would threaten a double advance every turn. And most of the time would say, okay, you put enough effort into stopping me, we're just going to 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah.
But here, it doesn't look like Mark's going for that. Mark's just saying, we're 1-for-1 trading. I still need to set up a bit. So
Yeah.
the strategy might have changed a little bit. The card costs, as you're mentioning, might have changed a little bit as well. But it's really interesting to see this here. A lot of the same cards are still around.
And there's the Baba Yaga once again.
Baba Yaga. It's a nice one.
Not once again. It's just played for the first time.
Yep.
And now still Trace has to figure out how to play against this.
And they won't.
Yeah.
What
No mana left, right?
Not even enough for the hooked? Wow.
I think they hooked first and then
hooked.
Then played Salvager and then just didn't have the mana.
But shouldn't they have 5 mana? Am I missing something?
I'm not sure. Maybe they didn't. Yeah.
Well,
sure.
that means Afanos has a lead here, which feels. I mean, that has to feel good. Oh, I also spy a brainwash.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. That onto a Salvager. You take one counter, right? It's kind of a. Yeah.
I mean, you could keep it for a Dr. Frankenstein as well, but I mean.
It's immediately played.
Okay, so this should give the boost. I think online there's a bug where it doesn't do it.
Okay.
But in person here, it will, as it is. The Trace ability reads just at afternoon. If a card leaves a reserve, it is afternoon. A card is leaving their reserve. The resupply will be applied for the Afanos, however.
That won't be applied.
It will be applied.
Okay, yeah.
It will be applied. And they hit an Undyne.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do they have good one-cost spells here in hand? Is that even worth it right now, or are we waiting for some...
Yeah, is there any helping hand? Come on. Show us what you
just
got.
see Suhas. I didn't see a one-cost
I didn't see a one-cost either.
And hooked.
Wow, but hooking an Axiom Salvager does not feel great. This looks like a very awkward start. Oh god, how do I say it?
Now
for A.W.O.L.
That's 4 mana left here. Yeah. 4 mana left here. That Baba is pretty good on that hero side. The Traced is trying to contest Forest, and that Baba Yaga has that fire spiking Forest stat.
Yeah. So maybe Mark can even go 1-0 on
There's also Suha, so Suha can... Yeah, this...
But there is an issue, because there is... I'm pretty sure there's no one-cost spell in hand for Mark, which means if they play the Baba Yaga from reserve, they only get to play Undyne as well.
True.
Which at common, 0-0-1 is not really that impactful. I say as they play it.
Undyne again.
I mean, it threatens the advancement, I suppose.
Yeah.
And now they have the flexibility of playing Sap Infusion alongside it, which all of a sudden actually threatens quite a couple stats on both sides.
Where's the 7 Fusion? I just saw... Oh yeah, there. Okay, yeah. I was just looking at Off You Go. I didn't see the 7 Fusion, but yeah. That does get a bunch of boosts here.
Alright, Haven played. That is a nice after... Oh no, Haven resupplied.
Resupplied off the Frozen Delivery. Now 3 mana still left, but you didn't really hit a good resupply, so you kind of need to play from end, and it feels like then you are... Now actually, this makes us... We're not even on Suha territory anymore, so yeah, this is an okay spot here for the Afanos.
Yeah, it's specifically 3 versus 4 counters on Trace. Because they're on free, with the Haven, they get a resupply, they get a play. If they don't hit a 1-cost, they don't have the Traced Hero ability to activate. If they had Traced Hero ability, it'd be very easy for them to just play Haven, put an Amelia Earhart in reserve, advance on 1 expedition anyway, I think. Yeah, I think they would advance on the hero side. Now they need to do it off of the Haven hit, which is not reliable at all.
That is very true.
I don't know. Can they get over this with free cost from hand? This is the weak stage of Traced.
And also, we at some point need to shout out all the people working in the background. They are still just typing in all the stats here one by one, just from the expeditions, and always updating us on how the stats are going. That is incredible work. Yeah. They also have to split up that work, I guess, but yeah, that's so good for stream here.
Yeah, it is helping a lot, especially for my feeble online-only playing brain that does not know how to count stats together.
Me neither.
Yeah,
you and I, same brain.
It's a tough life out there.
Yeah.
Either way, though, and this is the issue.
That was just a pass in 2-0 for Afanos.
A.W.O.L did just play Haven and pass. To me, I mean, yes, the Afanos deck actually looks pretty nice here. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But to me, this looks like a bit of a Traced fumble. The draws are not lining up.
Yeah.
They're not putting any stats on the expeditions. And something is going wrong here for A.W.O.L. hopefully in game 2 at the latest they can recover. Maybe they can find the recovery in this game still, because now they at least have a good setup.
Yeah, and there's still no one-cost spells here for Arfanis, so...
Maybe
Yeah,
there's just none in the deck.
So you're probably still just playing magical trainings, and if you're playing Suas, you're probably also playing the Helping Hands, but they apparently just haven't found it.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not sure. Probably the next one-cost spell you're playing is the Beauty Sleep, but I'm not too sure if how Arfanis players nowadays feel about it.
I reckon, I mean, this is, don't listen to me, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I reckon, I'm going to say it anyway,
Yeah.
I don't think they're on Beauty Sleep, because the beauty of Beauty Sleep was the looping. That was the toxic part about it. If you could just get to play it once, it really does not have that same level of impact, and all of a sudden it's a card that gets stuck in your hand and is a rare slot, and that's not what you want to be running, typically. That being said, I am not a good Arfanis player, so I might be completely wrong.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, that sounds reasonable to me.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. And there's Haven Plate, so Traced is trying to set up big stats. But now's the question kind of, can Arfanis after you a bunch? But we've seen the hand and there's a bunch of 2-costs, so after you with that seems a little bit difficult, but maybe they just need to tackle the resources here from the Traced and say, well, you already have the counters, I'm just going to remove some extra options you have with that Signet, and that's exactly what's played here.
Yeah, they're going to hit Sabotage on the Unique. They already have Baba in play, so that threatens a advancement. They get to boost it up. They're not too afraid of removal. I mean, there is Reef that could come down.
It can't. It's a 3-cost.
Oh, true. I keep forgetting that.
That's actually pretty good into Reef.
It's pretty good into Reef.
Maybe
that's why they're running that many free costs.
I was also running Caladrius into all of the Skybound Odyssey lists, and I was like, I can't hit anything. Help!
Damn.
Help. And yeah, that's how Trace probably also now feels, because all of the 3-costs are 2 or 1-costs with the Suha and the Caladrius from hand, so they do have a good upside when played from hand, and then you just can't remove them with Reef once they're played from reserve.
And here the Haven that was just played as the first action of the turn does immediately get sacrificed for the Grems. We will see the boost still go on the Grems as the Haven was activated as well. And this is now threatening to outstat... No, it's a common Grem, so it's even in stats with the Baba Yaga on the Mono Forest terrain for now.
It is, yeah. And how much mana is 2 mana at least left for the Traced?
It's really hard to tell with the white sleeves. Oh!
Caladrius removes the Grem.
Right as you're talking about it.
Yeah.
And threatens to... He's never seen this card in his life.
That is a new one, yeah. That is a great card.
A.W.O.L, this exists nowadays?
Yeah.
Crazy. No, it's...
And we've seen that card sit in a hand for a while now. Probably just kept by marker for there until the moment. And yeah, it's looking great here for the Arfanis.
This is great.
Yeah, we're also not sure what happened to Arfanis, but this list feels super sweet.
So far. It's also definitely been a bit of a Trace punt game.
But we didn't care about that.
But
this is top 4. They got here for some reason.
Yeah,
for a reason.
I mean, they're doing it. This deck looks legit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cole is very impressed with this Arfanis situation here. We will see Amelia go into reserve for Trace. That is a phenomenal card to be playing, so they will be able to block.
And this one can't get Caladrius.
True. Oh my god.
But I think it's already trading, so...
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1.
Arfanis, touching expeditions,
and
so not far away.
Historically, Arfanis was a deck that got better as the game went on as well. I don't know if that's still true, but it very well might be.
Yeah. And there's Beauty Sleep. It's still in the deck.
Oh,
you were wrong.
Oh, I'm wrong.
And that's not...
it's a one-off. It's a one-off.
It's not reasonable anymore.
It's a one-off. It's a one-off. Copium. It's a one-off.
It's a one-off, yeah. And there's also Mage Dancer for the first one we see. So still some cards that we did see.
Yeah. Rare Mage Dancer. That was a question I was wondering if they'd be on the Mage Dancer at all, if they'd be on common, if they would be on rare.
Probably not on a 3-off anymore, since I felt like they used up a lot of their rare slots already, so maybe they just don't run full 3-offs of a bunch of these rares and just say, I want the flexibility, I want to be able to draw into different things that give me outs, and yeah. But we at this point don't really have a clue on how the lists actually look, and now I'm kind of, which group is this? Can we root for Mark for Mark here, or is that potentially in Group 2?
I
And
don't think
we-
Cole can forbid us from anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's
No,
too
no, no, no,
tired.
no, 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 no. It's not call forbidding. It's
Ah.
against Mark going against Fra.
Oh. I don't think Fra can take anyone. I've got faith in my boy.
Yeah, yeah. But I would root for the Afanis at this point. Do we need the return?
Oh
of
no
the
no
winner?
no! Well, we're rooting for Fra. Hello.
Yeah, no. But if the Mark is in a different group, I'm rooting for
yes, sure.
for
Yeah,
the Afanis.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfectly reasonable.
That's why I ask in which group Mark is. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's completely fine. And, you know, I was flaming the Beauty Sleep a little earlier, or I wasn't flaming. I was saying I don't think they run it, which is clearly wrong.
Yeah.
Evidently.
And there's rare boom in Trace stack. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Don't play that. That removes category. It's bad.
Propaganda time, once again. But
Yeah,
I think
always.
because of this Beauty Sleep now, it's probably going to be virtually impossible for Trace trying to angle shoot the number of cards in hand
I mean,
or the mana.
It kind of also depends on the amount of after use.
Just trying to get some info.
I'm not sure how many cards the Traced actually has.
Yeah, I'm.
And the Farnus
It doesn't look like it's too many.
the
And having a
Farnus-
boom in reserve is just not where you want to be
Yeah.
at.
I mean, they still have Traced ability, and the Farnus' cards don't look too cheap. So after using might be a bit difficult. But yeah, just boosting Mage Dancers, yeah, you love to see it.
Well, isn't this a bit dangerous though? Because
Reef.
this does get hit by Reef.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like
it's
the
also
boost
getting
would
hit by Boom.
potentially is also true. Touche.
No?
That's a French word.
Yeah. And it's already just 3 mana left here, right?
Yeah.
For Mark.
Yeah, Mark is going down in mana fast. They do still have I Spy and Off You Go and Beauty Sleep. I gotta imagine that's what they're planning to do if a better Off You Go target shows up. And otherwise they have a Suha as well. That is an option, but it's probably just less stats in general.
Yeah.
Eduardo, I think what does Eduardo need to survive this turn? Definitely needs Reef.
Yeah.
I would say.
That's one. Then probably Frankenstein is a good one.
Yeah, they haven't
that's
used
a-
Trace Tier build yet, nor
Yeah.
Haven. So Frankenstein would be a 4/4/4.
Then any uniques getting stats, right? Or whatever uniques you have.
Yeah, I mean that might honestly be enough already functionally.
Yeah.
There's
And
a
there's a
Paju.
Paju.
That's not a Frankenstein.
True. But it can get you a Frankenstein for just the cost of 1 mana and sacrificing your Aerolith token.
And also you have Aerolith Boom now, which
True.
genuinely is something.
Yeah. And that's frozen resupply into the
Foundry
foundry mechanic.
Yeah.
So you can discount your Paju support now.
Discount your Paju support ability. You can try.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
can try.
I will. Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
And I would just expect to see Suha played here. Because it's probably the most forcing line, but let's see what Mark actually ends up doing here. Taps 2.
Taps 2. That looks like an Off You Go.
Off you go, yeah. That it is. So
Good.
says,
By Salvager.
well, if you boom me, you need to boom your Aerolith token.
And I think this might be, there's 4 mana remaining, and there might just not be a mathematical out here for Eduardo anymore.
Yeah. On 4 mana, that looks quite difficult. Getting rid of that Mage Dancer is important. And actually, the reason why Mark probably went for that line here is that is another after you, and you can still Beauty Sleep. And yeah, there's the Aerolith.
Exactly, yeah. If something enters play, you Beauty Sleep it.
Yeah.
But what is also true is Eduardo here does get to turn order, quote unquote. So there isn't going to be a target for Beauty Sleep, which is why the Suha line might have actually been very nice here just to put another body into play.
And now, 1 mana left.
And a frown on Eduardo's face.
Is there anything?
Or is that 2 mana left? I think they might have 2 mana left.
Oh, yeah.
In that case, they're just fine here.
Yeah, that is very true, yeah. I thought for a second it's not even Amelia doing it,
So
but yeah.
do you Beauty Sleep your
Frankenstein.
own Caladrius here? Is then the question.
Oh, that's a good question. And the answer might just be yes. But we'll see what Mark actually ends up doing here.
And that is what he's thinking about. It's his only action. Actually, no, it's still on Eduardo's side of things. So they're gonna use the Haven, boost up the Dr. Frankenstein, use that ability on a resupply, or are they gonna get themselves more fleeting potential? Nope, they're gonna resupply an Amelia, which they do not have the mana to play, so no double advance.
Yeah, and I think we already saw the pass, so...
No beauty sleep.
Yeah, because Mark already passed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 1-0. Slight comeback here for Traced. Still, Afana still is in the lead and just needs the one more expedition, while the Traced needs to stall everything that the Afana is throwing at them.
And they missed a Sap Infusion counter, it looks like.
Okay.
So they're going to see if that gets re-added there after the fact or not. Because as it is, I don't think you're allowed to miss it technically.
Yeah, that's true, I believe.
So I'm not sure what the ruling's going to be. I am no judge, but I would kind of imagine it gets a boost still. Doesn't look like it. Or a boost, a arcane counter.
Let's go back to Afanas. Yeah. Is that almost reverting Afanas? I'm sorry.
I don't think they're reverting a fun.
Oh, yeah, that's probably for the better.
I was gonna say, like, I got bad news, but I don't think it's bad news. I think,
Yeah, that's probably good news.
in fact,
actually.
if the hero is still playable at this level,
just revert Haven. I don't see issues with that.
Okay, well, I don't know about that one, Captain.
Let's just see Traced everywhere. I don't care. I want Basira meta. That's why I'm asking for Trace buffs. Right. That's copy.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I got you. Okay, Mark. They are still discussing with the judge, I do believe, about that arcane, and it looks like Mark isn't getting it. So we'll need to find slightly different line here, and I'm noticing they don't have a single character.
Oh,
no, they
finally
have
found Helping Hand, and also Magical Training, and also still that Beauty Sleep. So all the one-cost spells are now here in hand.
Yeah.
But currently no Asura.
He does not want to mana any of these, you can tell.
Yeah. And that's a bunch of after use, and you can potentially just get slightly enough stats with that. And just sleep Frankensteins, or yeah, probably you're sleeping the Frankenstein, right? That's the biggest.
If you can, if you're allowed to. And you have a lot of after use, so you probably will be allowed to get away with it.
And you can just play Suha opposite side now.
They didn't update the scoreboard, I just realized. It is 1-0 Afanos to Traced at the moment.
What?
In the best of 3 format, right?
No, it's 0-0.
Oh, wait, in my head this game's already over. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
True, this is still the first game.
Yeah.
These games have a tendency to drag on a bit towards the end.
True.
Alright, lead magical training, foregoing the boost on Suha.
Yeah, what do you need that for, right?
This time not forgetting the arcane counter on the Sap Infusion. Very nice.
Yeah, your counters are good. Get more boosts.
I mean, I don't think Mark can play around another boom.
Yeah. Especially the Trace is getting into mana territories where you don't really feel comfortable out after using them. Especially if you have like 3 cards in hand and one of them is a 3 cost. After using seems a bit difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at least, how much mana are there on? 3, 8, 3, 6, 8 mana still left and 1 is tapped.
Yeah.
So 9 mana total.
Correct. And these Trace plays are a little bit more expensive. I don't know how much this unique Anansi costs. It does put a card from hand in reserve and gains boosts equal to number of cards in their own reserve, from what I can see, as it has 2 boosts on it. And they will put a Axiom Salvager in reserve. Love to see that if you're a Trace player.
True.
That is that
After
cheap
you.
after you that is hard to beat here.
Yeah, absolutely. And also still Amelia, so many after use possible here.
Now the Suha will come down. And again, what's nice here, this has the reef protection, so to speak.
Yeah.
Going to be difficult to get rid of.
Would need to be boomed, right?
Yes.
And I don't think that Trace can afford 2 boom slots, but maybe they can also prove me wrong on that one. I'm really not sure. But the Suha is looking to get a ton of boosts. Actually, no.
Ooh, that's a critical
That's a-
sabotage.
yeah. Can... Wait, it's 6 mana still left? No, it's 5 mana left? 5 mana left, so you could technically sabotage here and then beauty sleep.
4
But that
mana
is-
sabotage.
That you're not feeling happy about that.
Yeah, that would not be a beautiful line. What are your options here?
Actually, you have license withdrawal, so you can license withdrawal the Anansi first. No, just goes for immediate.
But I don't think they care about the Nancy. They are just trying to win purely on the hero expedition right
They
now.
just put a beauty sleep into reserve.
Oh. That's not where that goes.
No.
You're playing old school Afanas, my friend.
That's not where that goes. So you can't play it again.
I'm sure someone will pick up on it. I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go.
they are. It.
See? Pick up on it. I picked it up and put it
Yeah,
in Discord.
that was a good one, yeah.
I'm too tired. There are a lot of boosts on Sunisa.
It's the Suha. Three
Suha.
boosts, right?
Sunisa. I
Yeah,
wish.
Sunisa's a good card.
Sunisa, right. For free. It's a little artificial because this card boosts itself.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So it's not as big as it actually is. That doesn't make any sense either. I'm slowly also getting to the point that Cole's probably at. Let's go.
And that looks to be still a 2-0 here for Traced, I think.
Yeah, that was a good slow play.
They still have 2 mana left. That is a 5/5/5 total with these Amelias. That hooked probably not quite doing it, and I think there are 2 cards left here. It's Helping Hand and... Or is it 2 cards? Helping Hand and License Withdrawal?
Well, hooked actually might be enough to block the Suha still, depending on the Anansi stats.
Yeah, but Anansi is... if you're considering that, Anansi is License Withdrawal.
Yeah, but it's Mark's action right now. So
Yeah.
he needs to commit
Yeah.
what he's doing.
And that's just 1 card, right?
It's just the one card.
It's just the one.
And I think he's going to Yzmir Signet because the license withdrawal doesn't look great here because at that point you're just losing to
Yeah.
double Amelia. So if he's caught in a
True.
bind, I think, it just lost grip of this game somehow.
Yeah, it looked so dominating at the start, but then Trace just got all the resupplies, got everything that he needed. And even though the Trace early game looked weak, the Trace late game therefore gets even stronger because you have everything that resupplies still left in your deck.
Yeah.
And yeah, at that point, that's what you need.
So I do think the Anansi Unique is a bit weak on the Mountain Expedition. So if you can force the hook line, then you might at least prevent an advancement from the Anansi, or for Traced at least. So
Yeah.
I think sabotaging an Amelia might just be able to do that for you.
You're sabotaging an Amelia, then Suha's getting hooked, right? And then they still need to play play Amelia to advance. But no,
Oh, they're
Goes for the
sabotaging
hook.
hooked.
so getting 2 out for sure, I think. They're
I
on
think so
5.
as well. I mean, they have a Haven out. That is 5/5/5 in stats coming out from reserve for Traced, which is enough to match. Okay, so they're still blocking this way.
They're blocking.
Yeah, and that makes this
No,
actually...
They still have Haven tap, so
No, it's 5/5/5 from the Amelias.
yeah, and draw one boost from
Suha only
the
has 4 boosts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only 4 boosts.
So
So
it will be a double
with the
advance.
salvage, yeah.
That
And you left
is
your opponent with
crazy.
a Frankenstein. So now this looks like a prime position for this
Oh, it's actually way more than I thought.
Traced.
Yeah, this is brutal comeback. And now, yeah, the Beauty Sleep favoring Traced now even.
Yeah.
There's the sabotage just to add insult to injury. Mark is not
And-
happy about
And the
this one.
Suha didn't even get to sabotage anything. Because there's nothing in reserve.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing
Laras-
in reserve, though, is good for them. Don't get that one twisted. It is the silver lining for Mark
Still.
is that they will get to potentially trade their way into the arena.
It's Mage Dancer, Lyra Signet, and License Withdrawal. So
It's not
you're
bad.
drawing a card of Signet, I guess.
You probably have
It's-
to. You're probably
it's
priced into it.
Definitely not. And really want to know how many cards A.W.O.L has left in hand. But yeah, it's not looking great for Afanas here.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's too many in hand.
Not
Maybe
bad.
2 or 3. Yeah, 2 cards left in hand for Eduardo.
Okay.
Not the most, but enough.
Yeah.
Because there's still traced hero ability as well. You can count on there being another resupply this turn at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Now it will be the slow play here with the Ysmir Signet.
Mage Dancer still
And
being a good card.
Yeah, did draw a card.
And now find another Undyne.
Is that double license
No,
withdrawal?
I think it's. Oh yeah,
It
it's
is.
it is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's.
So there's 6 mana left, so you can either double license withdrawal, you can Ysmir Signet plus
Do
license
you
withdrawal.
have to target something? Yeah, you can just target the havens, right?
Yeah, worst case you target Haven.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so there will be license withdrawal on the Haven. Ironically, that turns off the other license withdrawal,
Yeah,
kind of.
that is true.
At least from having a character target.
So
But at least the Mage Dancer is pretty darn big.
Traced has no more ability, and now is pretty much playing from hand. Is hooking over the Brassbuck.
Oh.
Drawing cards. That is kind of giving a 1-for-1, and looks to me like we're going tiebreaker, but maybe they're also just looking for a Reef at this point. Or for Boom. Should kind of do the same.
Okay, they're removing Bug Out Bag. They don't want to
Okay,
get
yeah.
got by any arrow.
By Frankenstein's
Any
or
Frankenstein,
by
that's correct.
Gibbles.
But the Traced ability has already been used, I believe. So
Yeah.
the worry of that isn't too high.
And there's
There
the Reef.
Is the Reef.
And that should be game, right?
Wow, what a comeback we just
Yeah.
witnessed.
That was crazy.
God damn.
That was an impressive comeback.
Incredible, honestly. I really thought Afanas just had that in the bag.
Yeah.
And I think they could have closed out on it, but just something went wrong on those middling turns, and it cost them. I think there was a secret, like one decision or 1 or 2 decisions in one turn cost them functionally 2 double advances down the
Okay.
line.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to pinpoint the moment, but damn, that was brutal to watch as a comeback. It just goes to show how strong a Trace deck is as well.
Yeah.
Because the Afanas deck was no slouch for sure.
Reef, such a great inclusion on that deck. Should I say great or scary inclusion? Because we are the ones playing against it.
That's
eventually,
true.
and we're not joining that cult. So yeah.
Well, not yet.
not yet. Not yet.
I'm down to join any cult pretty much.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we're going to head immediately into game 2 as we are a little low on timer in these rounds.
I mean,
but-
half the time gone, so it's
Half time gone. If it's a
fine.
2-0, we're safe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's getting a bit frisky again.
yeah.
But let's see what these players got for us here in game 2. I don't mind.
So
Okay.
we are still thinking about switching between games, and Cole is Cole trying to get someone for us, or is he?
I don't know.
Okay, Cole's
I
gone.
think Cole's having a good time. A little bit of sleepwalking, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of vibes.
Yeah.
We are getting to game 2. The players have Monad, I Spy, Baba Yaga, Magical Training. Those are some neat cards here for the Afanas.
And Totemat just walked by us with fist bumps raising, so
Oh.
it seems like going to finals.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
good.
that is good.
Exciting for everyone involved, honestly.
Be beating a Traced on that round.
Did we get? No, we do not have a Fran signal yet. I'm spying in the back. Right. Go, Fran.
Yeah, Fra still sitting down.
Yeah. Anyway, good opener for both players here. Drawing a card is what you want to do in these Ysmir factions early in the game, because Ysmir tends to need a lot of cards in hand to really convert into any kind of expedition advantage.
And we have the Brainwash again. That's a great card.
That's great. That's going to be great at denying the Traced Hero ability, at least a little bit. It does, as we said, still give the initial counter, but at least you deny the resupply for future
That is true.
potential counters on it. So you can still slow them down a little bit.
Lalo did this. Did we see that in game 1? That is crazy.
Oh, that is pretty nice. But I
It's-
like it.
yeah,
I'm a fan of A.W.O.L.
Yeah, me too.
'Cause we did see them get to 9 mana, so
True. So it gets quite scary.
yeah.
Layla Afanas. I did really not expect to see that here, but that is so exciting.
That is
Brainwashing
sweet.
most likely on that Salvager, yeah.
It's
Getting the
as
resupply.
this is a good
Getting the
play.
boost.
It's also a bit sad that this is a good
It's
play
a
because you're
it's a 3
hitting
cost
it.
Salvager, that is.
It's a free cost salvager that does not feel great, but
Yeah.
it does deny a lot of stuff from
Yeah.
Traced. That being said, this is weak enough stat-wise that there is a solid chance Eduardo will be able to find a double advance if they want.
Oh, jammers onto the Suha,
Oh,
because they don't want to see that getting helping handed.
that's interesting.
Just drawing a card here for Mark, though. Just putting some stats onto that Salvager, saying,
Yeah.
I don't want to get one out
Oh,
here.
actually, I didn't realize this, but it makes perfect sense. I don't know why I didn't realize it, but the brainwash boost goes on the
Yeah.
character as well. So it's actually not that bad stat. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
great
havened
stat-wise.
up a 3 cost the Salvager.
Yeah. That sounds pretty bad, to be fair.
Yeah.
But will it be enough here?
Things you gotta do.
It will not. There's the double sabotage from that armor jammer, which is also a new inclusion in the trace lists. Makes sense though.
I
with
think they're
more-
popping in once in a while. Oh, and now I finally get why Roscat said the spaghetti tokens, because Eduardo is using the spaghetti brass box.
There you go.
And we are also of course proud owners of the spaghetti tokens. So
This is true.
yeah, win some spaghetti tournaments and get tokens. That's great.
As much as I really love all my spaghetti tokens because I did manage to win a set of them in the 400 plus elo tourneys. But the gnome school brass bug goes hard.
I was shown the new gnome school arts for the set. They are amazing. I didn't like the Aerolith tokens, and now I do like them.
Nice.
They look stunning.
Yeah, phenomenal. Really well done.
You might have to look up Gnome School's Etsy. I think that's Gnome Shoe.
Mhm.
And on Etsy, you'll probably find that we're now doing ads here on here. So hashtag ad.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah.
Representing blue. Even in times where he cannot represent himself.
And that's the LALO. That's what we're here for. Can Trace beat this?
Free for free gigantic, I'm not gonna lie, can be surprisingly hard to beat.
It's an Atlas.
It's an Atlas.
Yeah, common Atlas. Let's go.
That's pretty good.
Common LALO, common Atlas.
It's getting hooked.
Holding over.
For some reason, this happens so much when you play a gigantic character, opponent just hooks it.
Yeah, why? Don't they know what Gigantic does?
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
You know, the most surprising thing to me actually about because I know it looks correct.
Was it actually 2-0?
It was 2-0.
Oh,
If
baby.
you see a hooked on gigantic character, it's a 2-0, baby. You already know.
I guess.
This Layla is just the greatest card in the game.
Oh,
Apparently.
Why is one card upside down there on Mark's hand? That happened to me constantly, by the way, too. Today, I always had some cards upside down. Oops.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I definitely know a couple of people from various TCGs that seem just physically incapable of shuffling cards correctly.
yeah, I'm apparently
And
one of
that's
them.
how you can tell. That's how
Yeah.
you can tell. I'm sorry to call you out there, Mark, but upside down cards is. I mean, it doesn't even.
Not even flipping it back.
Flipping it around.
Yeah, just
Yeah, there you go.
finally.
He figures it out. There you go.
Figures it out, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what we're here for.
Okay, is it just gonna be? I mean, it worked really well last time. Do we just see the replay? Layla? To run it
Yeah.
back.
But now it's Suha.
Yeah, I don't think they
Still-
had the one cost spell to go
Yeah,
alongside it.
yeah. They were lacking a bit.
Yeah. Basua's great. It's been the plan in Kojo decks for a while now to just stop Trace from getting the hero ability, and Suha has given access now to other decks, mostly Basura and any Ysmir deck that wants it. I've seen it in Kesha's already so far, apparently in
Aphanas.
Aphanas as well. And it gives you access to
And
deny
more
Trace hero
hooking.
ability a bit more hooked. I'm telling you, if that Layla had been played, that would be another 2-0, right? Just like that.
Yeah.
I tried to snap. I could not snap my fingers there.
And especially if that's then helping handed as well. Whew, that's not just a 3/3/3, it's a 5/5/5. Gigantic. That's a gigantic threat,
Absolutely.
if I've ever seen one.
As is, I think that Mark, from what I can tell, they're just going to Sap Infusion on the Suha. Make it big, guaranteed a 1-1,
Yeah.
but they will need
Sounds
to
good.
discard something from reserve. It's also a bit painful to do this, so maybe... Oh,
Okay.
we're getting mid-game update for Nico's 1-1. That's
Yeah.
scary. But he's going to pull through.
Yeah.
He's gonna
We
pull
trust.
through.
We trust.
And for Nico, we trust.
Yeah.
And yeah, here we go. Mark deciding to go with the Katagaran Alchemist instead. And now I wonder the reasoning behind this play. My idea would be to discard Suha from reserve. And then next turn, you can go Alelo Sap Infusion.
True.
Have a 6/6/6. A 6/6? That's really good. 7
For
cost
7?
6/6?
Yeah. Gigantic.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Maybe that's just why you play a Layla.
And I think Mark wanted to preserve that line. And is
Nazi.
reason why we're not seeing the Sap Infusion right now.
But there's no 1 cost currently. But there's also just 1 mana left, but the Salvager still stops it. And
Yeah.
gives a 1/0 over to Trace.
Yep.
To A.W.O.L.
There it is. 1-0 for Traced. And this Anansi will probably be able to...
Salvager into Salvager. Does that ever get old?
No, it does not.
No.
No, I was arguably... I was not.
Gavroche into Gavroche.
Gavroche into Gavroche. I haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a classic line.
For Nico is 1-1 currently.
Yeah.
So still in game 3, now trying to pull it through and getting to to the finals, right?
Yeah, and I think for Nico got a little unfortunate in their matchup, as I think it is a Spaniards matchup. So they're knocking each other out.
Oh, okay. I see. So they can at least table talk in Spanish.
That is, yeah, because I tried to go by earlier before the round started, and I did not understand anything.
Fair enough. Yeah, we already.
After this, they're going to stop, and the finals will be played tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay.
So they'll just push the other event start a little later.
Okay.
So stream tomorrow will start at 9 a.m. local time for the finals.
All right. So we just got in hot news that the tournament staff is getting a little tired. Definitely not us.
It's 12 a.m. here, so.
It is midnight right now.
It's
So
12 a.m. What?
This round,
That looks
12
wrong.
a.m.
That-
Something.
That's 12
Yeah.
p.m. To me. To me, it's 12 p.m. That looks weird to me.
That does look a little odd.
Yeah, but it's midnight here. Let's say it like that.
It's midnight and it's getting late. The players are getting tired. The staff is getting tired. Everyone wants to go home. So they are going to, after this round, delay the finals till tomorrow morning, and we're going to get them in then, right before the Worlds event, pretty much.
And that's the play you called out. A Lalo into Sapphifield.
I called it. I'm an Ephanos. What am I? Ephanos connoisseur.
Yeah.
So,
That's fine. Yeah.
Look at all those boosts. I do respect that Mark is not using the 2 boost markers, but just a lot of 1 boost
Yeah.
markers.
That's
I
especially
think
for us.
that is A,
Fantastic.
for us, it's great. B, it just feels better. And it
Okay.
just has more style. So it's really phenomenal work here on that regard. And now the question for Eduardo. Can they 1-1 trade with this Alelo that is a 7/7/7, I think we calculated. No, it's a 6/6/6.
666.
7 mana 6/6/6.
Yeah. True. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Gigantic. It is pretty good. And there's a hooked in reserve, so they can play that on the Alelo.
Yeah. Maybe that helps them. Yeah. Helped earlier as well to get 2 out, so maybe it helps this time as well.
Yeah.
But there's this time an Anansi, and that might get enough boosts to win one side. And yeah, Trace should be able to run 4-1 into a 666.
Surely, yeah. The other thing is that even if Mark was to double advance this turn, there's so much sabotaging going on, there's so much interaction. The long game, for me, is looking a little bit worrisome for Mark. They do not have all that many cards in hands. And this is maybe really the Ephanos change coming into play at full effect, where it's hard to maintain these larger grips.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Now Tackle's the card advantage here from the Ephanos side. Realized the game before, Ephanos at some point struggled on cards, and now just going for all these sabotages, just discarding the reserve from this Ephanos over and over again.
Yeah.
And yeah, it gets a 1-for-1, but I think Mark is only on 2 cards left in hand.
That is the case, yeah.
It is a Spindle Harvester, right? No, it's
No,
Beauty
it's
Sleep.
Beauty
There's
Sleep, off you go.
There's the Spindle Harvester.
And another A.W.O.L.
A.W.O.L.
Well, A.W.O.L looks like kind of the best card in the deck now.
Yeah, but this time you don't really have things to boost it up with.
You
So
got
can-
off you go. You got
can,
Beauty Sleep.
Yeah. Are you seriously manoing your Spindle? But yeah, your Spindle.
Oh, that's a
Your
decent
spindle.
point.
I mean,
no,
keeps
you're
the
not
spindle.
manaing your spindle.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it is. You play Spindle, you play A.W.O.L, you play Off You Go. That's your day.
Yeah.
And you hope it
But
works.
the thing is, this is one cost spindle, so it has a boost condition, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's anchoring from reserve, it seems.
Yeah. So
And it's a 1/1 again.
if it has a boost condition, then you kind of need to put the off you go boost onto that spindle.
Yeah, you can also put the A.W.O.L boost onto this.
Or the A.W.O.L boost. But that means your A.W.O.L isn't as big.
Yeah, that's fine. One side matters, right?
One side is what matters. As long as there's a trade, Mark should be happy, I think.
And if there's now just a frozen delivery, you feel like you're getting caught, pants down.
Yeah.
And that Off You Go is just doing nothing.
Yeah. If Eduardo can sniff this one out, and after you without committing a character, and there it is, there's a Haven. This is bad news bears, because this Off You Go, you don't want to play it.
Yeah.
So Mark, yeah, a bit frustrated here. Does not have a target. Will just have to, and they didn't boost the spindle. So I don't know if that spindle does have a boost condition. But if it does, then this is a bit problematic for Mark. They're gonna be forced to pass here. The saving grace potentially is that there's so many forest expeditions that the Keylon Elemental won't be able to block efficiently,
Yeah.
as there is
That's-
only 3 mana left for Eduardo.
That's a good call, yeah.
But they're still going to be able to just... Actually, yeah, with 3 mana, cards in reserve, Emilia plus Keylon Elemental, would be a 1-for-1.
Okay, yeah. But is it really just 3 mana left? I see 2 tapped and 3 open. And Aphanas is on.
More, that's true. That does
More.
not make a whole lot of sense.
So
So I'm miscounting the mana.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. They're just stacking them over each other.
Yeah.
Oh.
I misspoke. The finals will not be streamed tomorrow.
Okay.
They'll be played upstairs
Oh.
as soon as the judge staff gets here.
Okay.
So that they're finished before the 9 a.m. start for everything else.
Okay. So the
Okay.
finals will... We just got another update to the update. The finals will not be streamed. They'll just be played in secrecy, apparently, as soon as the judge staff arrives tomorrow. So they can get done early and have a bit of time before the tournament to get all the things they need
But
together.
that's also a lot of. That's not a lot of sleep for the players.
That is not a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
And then they need to, after that, make sure they have all their decks. for
Sleep is
Worlds.
for the weak.
Sleep
Oh,
is
yeah.
for the week.
True. Until then, they don't know if they are gonna make it. And
I mean,
they,
I'm guessing they're all just gonna assume they make
Yeah.
it and
yeah.
prepare as
It's
if they make it.
it's Schrödinger's I make it.
Yeah.
I make it and
Schrödinger to make it.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I make it and they make it not at the same time.
Yeah.
50-50.
For a while.
Yeah.
Only as long as you're locked in the temporal limbo between today and tomorrow.
And you kind of don't even.
And today has already ended, so that's kind of tricky.
Yeah.
Either way,
True.
we will see Traced take another 1-for-1. And time's running out here
Is it 1-for-1? The trace is ahead now.
Was the Trace not ahead before?
Okay.
Okay, so the Trace
So
1-0'd then?
I have no clue. We were chatting,
We were chatting.
but Trace is ahead all of a sudden, and chat can maybe tell us what happened. I'm not sure.
The chat commentates for the
Yeah.
commentators.
Yeah. That sounds reasonable to me. We have done a lot of work, so now they can give it a little back, right?
I see. Yeah, I like where head's at, I think, maybe.
And a guy trying saying they are glad Aleilo's doing well, and yeah, that's super cool to see it here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it will unfortunately be enough in this game. The Spindler is the one stat point, being quite relevant here in the
Yeah.
double water
Yeah.
expedition.
And also
Both
that it's a body that can get boosts.
Yeah.
Might be a bit more important.
Yeah.
But 2 cards still, Baba Yaga, and off you go.
So they're going to rely on a good draw here from the Baba Yaga and pray for no reef
Yeah.
and pray for good draw. There's a lot of praying going on in the strategy right now.
Yeah.
That is not the worst.
Yeah. can boost up Harvester.
Yep, can boost up either side depending on what they need.
Yeah, true.
Let's see.
And so much mana left here for the Afanas.
The Afanas also has that armor jammer just hanging out. So
6 mana left for Afanas, right? You
you
can play either double.
I honestly cannot see the Afan. The Afanas mana I can see is 5 mana.
Yeah.
The
So
Trace mana I have no idea.
It's either off you go or double Sap Infusion.
Or Sap Infusion, off you go.
Yeah.
Because you're getting Sabotage from Armor Jammer anyway, so it's not that big of a deal to lose something.
Yeah, true.
Okay, here we go. Lots of boosts on the Spindle Harvester. It is anchored as well, so these boosts are going to carry
There
over
might
into
again
next turn.
there might again be a potential a situation where there's no target for off you go and you can't play that card, so you don't really get a bounce from your Spindle Harvester at dusk, and you just have to commit the.
Eduardo's
Sap
been
Infusion.
doing a really good job at playing around what the removal options for Mark are. They've been delaying their character plays.
Oh, and Grams, so they
very
can
well.
even. But that's fine. Now you get off you go value.
Yep.
And now you don't really, but you can just play it, bounce it, and get a boost onto the Harvester. That's about fine.
It's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, but it's fine.
Maybe you're also not doing it, so you're not showing your opponent what you have, but also your opponent has that Keelan Elemental plus Haven boost still left, so you might just need the boost. I'm not sure if that's even enough. That's going up to 6. So yeah, I think the Keelan Elemental with the Haven boost goes to 7 in Forest and Mountain, and that shouldn't be defendable by the Afanas.
Yeah, 1 mana left, no cards in hand, 1 card in reserve. Perfect information for Eduardo. And a untapped Haven with Keelan Elemental that does look pretty done and over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, can only get up to 6 mountain stats. I believe that will be it then, surely.
That should be Eduardo advancing to the finals here.
Yeah, Mark.
Unless we are both miscounting this, or the layout is showing something different, but to me.
Mark didn't have the mana, he only has 1 mana left.
Oh, okay. So
It turns out we can just not see how much mana it is.
Yeah. Just stacking up the mana ops. Yeah, that's fine. We can work with it. Not really, but yeah. Okay, that's then still game, and now there's a scary boosted Spindle.
Yeah, so this is the angle for the comeback for.
But also there's hooked. Whenever there's a character
True.
played, you hook it.
Well, not immediately. Only if there's another hooked in hand. But otherwise, you just wait till Afanas commits their boosts and then you hook something.
Yeah.
Because you need to place 4 bodies to be hook proof.
Yeah.
Which is on its own absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. And you have 2 bodies currently showing.
Yeah, and you're Afanas, so you don't have 4 bodies.
Yeah.
It's a little spoiler alert here, but it's going to be very difficult to play around this hook. Because that means you need to delay your 3rd body till post-hooked, but then you also need to grow that 3rd body big enough that it actually covers your opponent's stats.
And after use with magical training.
Yeah.
Finds a Conjuring Seal. That's a bunch of mana to commit, but...
Might be what needs to be done here to have a chance.
It really doesn't feel good, and you will then really want to draw into Beauty Sleeps. But yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah, and these cheap after-use being put into the reserve for Eduardo just kind of shows the battle that will be played on this day.
How little has this restocking station been used, actually? It's never got an additional boost, and it still has 1 boost, and it's been there for a while, I feel like. Or actually has it?
Yeah, Eduardo's very conservative with his restocking station usage.
Yeah.
Noticed that in
Pretty cool to
game
see.
1 as well, yeah. Alright, another Spindle comes out, interestingly, on the companion side, so not contesting the Dr. Frankenstein. And I think at this point, they are all in on Beauty Sleep effects.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Fleeting will be removed. A 1-cost resupply comes out. Nice little after you, and that is an Aerolith Reef. That makes this even harder now.
Yeah, I feel like your big spinner is now saying bye-bye.
Yeah.
And yeah,
The writing
we
is on the
once
wall
again
here.
don't know about how much mana or how many cards A.W.O.L has left. But I don't think it's good news for the Afanas anyway.
Now it's actually a little easy to tell. It's like 5 or 6 mana left.
But imagine we are now going to a game 3 on this time left. That would be that would be brutal.
I know honestly, the Savant deck has been looking good in the early turns.
Yeah, true.
In this game, it struggled a lot going in later. I liked it in the last game more. I think because I genuinely think Mark could have found a way to close out the game. Just something weird happened in the mid game there for him.
Yeah.
So I think the deck looks solid.
Yeah, it's
like
it's a top 4. I mean,
it
very
absolutely
solid.
did. Very, very good.
Rem's probably now discarding, sacrificing that, yeah, the restocking station and gets the boost, the brass puck. And yeah, that is
And they did.
looking near impossible
They
to
did drop
prevent.
Beauty Sleep.
Yeah, but
They're gonna go for it. On to Dr. Frankenstein, it looks like. This way also doesn't go to reserve, so it can't be played.
Couldn't
value
even
next
play the
turn.
Baba first because it would just get hooked.
Yeah, they need to delay the Baba
That
play,
is,
but
they just can't ever play that Baba because
it's hard.
one more play, they're gonna put a body in. No, they're gonna reef.
Aerolith Reef comes out.
But
I mean, to be
still.
fair, common Grems means that the Baba Yaga without any spell boosting is currently stopping that expedition from
True.
advancing.
that is, yeah.
So,
So
if
needs a
there
one
is
cost
a
in the-
1-cost,
And we've seen Beauty Sleep is already committed.
yeah, Beauty Sleep was just played. I think that's Signet and Off You Go. Those are both 2 costs, just barely out of reach of potentially stalling this game.
Yeah,
And I mean,
very unfortunate.
yeah, I think all the lines lead to loss, unfortunately, here for Mark.
Yeah,
He's trying to
Was-
see if he can do anything, but nah.
was a great effort anyway.
Does not see it. Mark will shake the hand of Eduardo, and Eduardo will advance.
Was a great effort anyway. And
Yeah,
I do
great
s-
showing from
I
Afana.
do see now Fra is sitting alone at a table. So we might just immediately go into be right back and check out what Fra has to say.
Let's get an
Oh.
update quick. Did Frau win? All right, Cole's going to check for us then,
Cole's
because otherwise we're leaving the entire stream in suspense. Oh, God. Hi, friends. 5 likes and I go issue a game loss. Quick! For who?
We have no
Who's
clue.
getting the game loss? Is
We
it a
have no
random one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Very nice. No! Fra lost.
That's rough.
That is unfortunate. He does get a
True.
top 8 playmat.
True,
That's
true.
good. But that is
But
brutal.
you want the finals, right? That's what matters here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Some players want to play the 2v2, 3v3.
yeah, true, true.
That's true. Wait, that means we won't know till tomorrow morning if
Yeah.
Tautomato
Yeah,
is.
no, you won't know.
Oh God. All right.
You
Well,
won't know. Yeah, and what happens now? Do we
Alright.
just?
Cole, do you want to come on and say something to end the stream for today, or?
Yeah, I'll come on with you guys.
Yeah, then I can go get off.
All right. All right, we're gonna get Cole on here. Maybe Cole. Cole has not quite fallen. Actually, let's go here. Boom. Cole has not fallen asleep yet. Still here.
I am still here with my new Muna hat, Muna green-ish. I have 2 hats in and around the color of Muna now, I think. So Faunus didn't win, is that what I'm
Faunus
hearing?
didn't win. That deck looked really sweet, though.
Yeah.
And I don't think they could have taken that game 1 if things went just slightly differently.
Yeah. Getting that far ahead and that close to winning against, it was against a Traced, right?
Yeah, into Traced.
That is very impressive with basically any deck, especially when it's a hero that is, dead. So-
Yeah.
Or as Gus the Bus said, dying, which I don't
Dying.
really know.
Well, I might see a resurgence. I've actually heard whispers that people are thinking Faunus is still, like, solid. solid hero. Not what it used to be, definitely, but
5 likes and I go issue a game
yeah,
loss.
I
What
saw
the
that
heck?
as well.
So yeah, as you may have heard earlier, I actually don't even know if Simon knows this information yet, because he got to go rest. They are cutting it here, so there will be the finals, and it'll be played early in the morning, first thing in the morning, I believe at 8:30 a.m. when the whole staff here arrives. It'll be played upstairs in a different kind of studio room, and they'll finish that hopefully before oh, they're shutting the lights. The main event or whatever happens. We might get cut off here. But
Mainstream's still on. We have a minute.
just not the stream preview.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, the finals will not be streamed for the PM LCQ, but we'll get you updates once we hear who's qualified from that and everything. You'll see them throughout the Worlds event, and I think we're starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow is when stream will be back up. So for a lot of the US-based folks, that's like somewhere between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m.-ish,
Yeah.
something like that. So if you don't want to wake up at that time, definitely catch us
I mean,
later
I
in
won't
the
be
day.
on till later in the day anyway, because I'm playing side
Yeah.
events.
Yeah, I need to look into how the 3v3 is structured, because from what I kind of heard from Infinite and Rinku, it sounds very interesting, but I just haven't really looked at it. We probably are going to get kicked out here very, very soon. Thank you, everyone, for joining us
Yep.
this day. Very, very long day. Next 2 days should be smooth sailing compared to this. Thank you, Freeloader and Runeful,
No worries.
for tanking a lot more of the casting than they originally signed up for. I think like 85% of it is you guys just fell in love with it, especially at this like
setup
nice
is
setup.
really nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's very fun.
So, and if Freeloader isn't on, we don't watch. So tank your first
The
game.
guy triangles me. I think you should be IPM.
This is not Twitch.
I think you should be IPM.
This isn't Twitch. He has to pay for the
I don't
VIP.
care. Well, you pay for it.
I'm unemployed. People hire me to cast, help with broadcast, help TO, whatever. You know my resume. Just hit me up. Cedric is literally raising the fist like
Yeah,
he's gonna
to
tell me to go. Do you want to come say hi real quick and say bye?
Okay.
All right, Cedric. Oh yeah, Freeloader's gonna give you his headset. We gave them all the updates. We're just saying our goodbyes.
Where is the camera? Okay.
We told everyone to send hate mail directly to you about
Yeah.
the finals
Yeah,
not
definitely.
being streamed.
Yes,
So,
we are sorry about that. We'll have to play the finals behind closed door tomorrow morning, very early. But we can see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the beginning of the final phase. That will start with the pods definition, like the pools draw. How do you say that? Yeah, I don't know. Well, whatever. That will be cool. So be here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And yeah, thank you for watching today.
yeah, thank you so much for coming and helping us say goodbye. I'll be back in the morning, and we'll see who else joins us tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.